Alright, I'm back. Let's fucking go.
Well, that was the first audio on the air of the broadcast, so that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. But welcome everybody. I am Arbiga back again for another full Grand Prix. Today we are in Azerbaijan at the famous Baku circuit. Become a legendary track already in F1 with a bunch of crazy races. The walls just come in very quickly, especially once your tires start to wear. Today I've got a partner in the booth. It is Puff Digital. He's back in the commentary booth once more. Glad to have him.
Yeah, hopefully help lighten the load a bit. I got real tired of driving that Williams, so figured I'd,
Humble brag.
commentary box.
Humble brag.
You know, it goes. I wish it was a brag, but it just wasn't a good car, and I don't know. A lot of people really didn't like driving it, so I thought I would try and be noble and I don't like driving it either. So I'm happy to be here though. And it should be a good race. I love the full qualifying format. I find it to be quite interesting, not a little dull at times, but
Yeah.
it's fun to take part in. And yeah, a full 100% race around Baku. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, so we do have 19. There was not going to be any Williams cars, but it's Eric decided he wanted to race last minute, so we decided he could hop in the Williams because it was empty anyway, given everybody else had already been assigned to their seats. So we didn't really have time to jumble the whole grid up again. So it's Eric will be in the Williams. Usually he usually gets put in the faster cars, so he's probably going to have a really rough afternoon, but at least he's here, so we'll see how he does. I know that car's a bit of a dog, but it will have the power down the straight. It's just awful with drag, so it's not going to be a huge advantage at this point. So JXW is the first car out on track at the moment.
Alright.
And he's quite a ways through the lap already, actually. Got it there fast. Obviously, it's going to be dry weather today. Won't be worrying about rain or anything. We'll just run dry conditions and reduce damage. Obviously, we've been running reduced damage every week anyway, but this week, obviously, it's very important to keep these cars in the race, especially through here. It's going to be a very tricky section. I think we're going to see a few crashes there probably this afternoon, I reckon, and definitely going to be a few safety cars. Wouldn't be surprised if we hit the limit here today. It is going to be a pretty interesting race. I mean, given the nature of the track and the fact that everybody's in realistic cars, so the Ferraris, Mercedes, the fastest cars, the fact that we're at a track like this with the potential for safety cars, various strategies, different pace in certain guys in certain cars are going to be much faster than others, and it's going to make for a really interesting race, I think, this afternoon, and hopefully we get a nice little audience together and have some fun.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. It's become a nice little Saturday activity we've pulled together for the group, and so far we've been able to pull a full grid for every race, and yeah, I think the guys do enjoy it, so it should be a good one.
Yeah, no doubt. Commentating too, I've been enjoying doing the commentary for the races the last few weekends, I guess. I've done it 3 weeks now, so this will be the 4th week straight doing this on a Saturday afternoon. Yeah, I don't know. On the surface, it's a long haul, but once you kind of get into it and the ball starts rolling, you start to get into a rhythm, and you just kind of enjoy it. I don't know. The last few weeks haven't really seemed like terribly long broadcasts. I've just been calling the action and having a good time, and yeah, it's been quite a pleasure so far. I mean, there's really nothing else to do anyway. Like, fuck else am I gonna do for 3 hours on Saturday afternoon, right? Like, seriously,
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually did have plans today to get my tires switched out, but probably gonna do that tomorrow instead, or maybe next weekend.
The old summer pit stop for Biga, switching those winter tires.
Yeah, Dad's garage. But yeah, the weather's getting pretty nice, so it is time to switch over now for sure. I could probably get away with it for another week because I think some crackhead stole my wheel nut key, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go get a replacement from the dealership now. I don't know what the fuck. He probably thought it was a change purse or something, and was I don't know. It's very
Nicked it,
frustrating.
yeah.
Yeah, he nicked it,
Yeah,
and he probably threw it away down the block, and I don't even know. You know, like where it's just so fucking irritating. It's on me. If it's stupid of me not to lock my car. I didn't do it on purpose, but I forgot one night and I paid for it. 3 months later, I thought I got away with it the one night. Now I realize I didn't. So JX sets a pretty good time with a 40 flat there on the softs. Jinnit in that Toro Rosso 8/10 off his pace. So we know Jinnit pretty fast. 8/10 off the Ferrari of JX. So going to be held back by that Toro Rosso a little bit tonight, it seems.
Yeah, the car should move well enough through the twisty bits, but yeah, down the straight, serious lack of power. I think we have a new member to our league, actually.
Oh, Frank's spun and he's into the wall. It's a good thing it's reduced damage. That probably would have been a DNF otherwise. Well, a retirement, I should say.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just riding on board with him and he just popped the back end out straight into the barrier. And through the castle here. So Frank and the Mercedes here, obviously not having a very good first hot lap, but he does have the best car on the grid, so see if he can get that thing settled underneath him and make use of it. His teammate Mario as well. Been getting a little bit better, more consistent on that wheel lately, but still struggling overall. So eventually I think Mario is going to kick someone's ass in that Mercedes and we're going to have to take him out of it. But when that time comes, we will deal with it.
I honestly look forward to that day.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm rooting for him. But yeah, we do have two newcomers here, very new to the league. They are friends, I guess, of friends, so not entirely new to everyone, but to everyone watching. We have John 23, JHN, I'm going to assume that's for John in the Red Bull, and then we have IX Vitality in the Racing Point, so currently 3rd and 5th. Very happy to have them along, and yeah, nice to see them join right into one of our little fun events here. So
yeah, it's a good way for us to test them out as well and see how they are and make sure that they're clean and they know the rules and whatnot. Tanner, hot take JFD for the win. I think that's Harry Hotspur.
Yeah, that is Harry. Written on his teammate.
Fontaine, not too sure who that is. Maybe just a random follower we've picked up over the last few weeks. I have no idea.
We do have JFD in the McLaren. Not sure how strong that car will be around here. Alright, he's back in the Williams. Back in the Williams for him.
Yeah, let's get him and Eric swapped. Barton, just pull over on the side of the track here. We'll switch seats quick.
We'll switch you guys out. There's still an empty one.
Barton sets the fastest time though with a 40 flat. He just edges out JXW. Terminal to 80. Only 1/100th off his teammate JXW there. So that could be a pretty. That could be a pretty spicy battle this afternoon.
But I mean, that's the point of, I guess what we're trying to do, right? Is we want to, you know, put drivers in cars to get that grid as close as possible. So I think looking through the top 4, very tight.
Pace Dog set a pretty good time on the hards there. That's a 42.8 in the Haas. I would say that's a really solid time on the hards. So let's see if Pace Dogs can do this afternoon. The Haas car, I think, actually goes pretty well around Baku generally.
Yeah, I think we had it ranked 4th in when we were divvying up the cars, so it's capable. Obviously, there's always that gap from the top 3 to the rest, and then it tightens up quite a bit in midfield. But I think the Haas will have some advantages around here. So who do we have crossing the line next? Looks like that Chicken? No. The Renaults. It's Barton probably going into the pits. We have JFD though coming down the home straight in that McLaren, looking to set a time. So see what he can do. It's a 7th, so
yeah. Good time. Just ahead of Adri on the mediums, though, in that Toro Rosso. That's a really good time for Adri.
Yeah. for sure.
JXW making a claim that he'll hit that 139 his next lap. See if he can pull that off. Just checking the quality of the stream here, and the picture looks a little choppy, and I don't know if it's just because my internet's bogged down while broadcasting and trying to watch, just to like check quality. Maybe I'm just not getting the full quality back on the stream on my end. But maybe if you get a moment, just check your end and see if it looks smooth on your side or not.
It looks a little boxy at the moment.
Yeah, like kind of pixeled or something, eh?
Yeah.
I'm seeing the same
Although
thing.
JXW is saying it's super clean on his end, so maybe I'm having similar issues hosting the lobby and watching this stream, and
that's possible.
Capacity, so
it just looks a little pixelated, like, you know, like in general it looks pretty tidy and clean, but if you look at like the sky or like the walls, they look a little choppy.
Yeah,
like they're not smooth.
Well, here he says it's fine too, so
okay,
as long as the audience is enjoying it, then we'll continue for now.
Okay.
Do we have Racing Point, it seems? Is that Coxie? Yes, Coxie on a hot lap. Is he just starting when he
JFW looks like he's putting another hot lap in here. Or sorry, JFD. No, he's actually heading into the pits, my bad. He was pushing though. Sorry, who was on a hot lap there?
Coxie just started his hot lap, just heading into the second DRS straight.
Frank's on a flyer.
Yeah, both the Mercedes are ahead of him.
I'm just on board with Frank right now. He's really fighting the car. He's run wide a little bit, and seems like he's still trying to find his feel for the Mercedes. It looks like it turns in almost too fast for him sometimes. But looks like he's going to get a lap on the board here, so we'll see what kind of time he sets here. He doesn't have one on the board yet.
And obviously, like the real-life counterparts, the bottom 5 will be eliminated here, so very important to
42-4 for Frank.
Yeah, he goes into 11th, so...
Okay. So he definitely has time in that lap too, because I saw quite a few mistakes there. So he's going to be okay if he can just put the lap together. Bunch of traffic here. That was really awkward.
Drives right into the wall.
That was really awkward. He was trying to get out of the way, I think, and maybe didn't realize he was in the way.
Yeah, it was maybe looking behind him and missed the corner. But we do have Coxie now. Coming down the main straight, he's got the ERS in overtake. The ERS is opened.
This looks like it might be a decent time.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do.
40.9, that's pretty good.
Yeah, up in the 6th. So
he's not that far off. Well, he's 0.8 off Vitality. We don't really know what kind of pace Vitality has outright any given race, but we do know that JHN estimated his pace to be about half a second off of Vitality, so they're both new. We'll kind of get a feel for how they are this afternoon, but I mean, really, if you look at where JHN, Vitality, and Coxie are, I think they're probably in the right cars. I don't think they'll be overly threatening for the race win, but they're definitely going to be around. I think Barton looking like he might be poised for victory here if he can get himself a gap with that Renault. I think it'll be pretty handy around the corners and whatnot. If he doesn't have to worry about a tow behind, he can probably win.
Yeah. He can just find himself some space on track, and if he can break DRS early in those first couple laps, then
comes T-Money through the castle section now. Looks like he's on a flyer. We'll stick on board with him. He does have his battery turned down.
Yeah, he's in 0.
Yeah, that's not uncommon for T-Money though.
I know he likes to save battery, but I think even in qualifying
Oh, Coxie's out! What has happened? Did he crash? He did! Coxie is out! He is right on the racing line there, and he's ripped his wheel off. Unbelievable. Coxie sets his first lap, and then on his in-lap, puts it in the wall here at Baku. He was saying he was wrestling the car. He was struggling with it when he was trying to practice, and couldn't get a good feel for it. So yeah, Coxie out early here. He's won. Did he win last week as well in the Red Bull, or?
No. He
Oh
came
yeah,
second, I believe. There was
a little bit of
bit of
drama. I
drama.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oops.
towards the end of the race.
Didn't mean to bring that up.
So his head has gotten a bit too big, and we decided we'd put him in a different car, and
That should humble him a little bit.
hopefully
Putting
he
himself
needs
out in
it.
quali.
He's still in 15th. I don't know if he'll be able to. I think if he makes it through, he would be able to participate in Q2, although I'm not positive. So,
Mario's about to start a flyer, and I'm
yeah.
interested to see what he can do in this car, because I would suspect he'll probably put up a better time than Frank, just based on Mario's experience with the game and whatnot. But let's ride on board with Mario here as we approach the end of Q1, and then we'll check in with our bubble drivers if they are out on laps as we get towards the end. I think it'll only be the bottom 4 that are eliminated, though, because we only have 19.
Oh, I actually didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd assume you're right.
Yeah, so Q1 will be just 4 cars out, and then Q2 will go back to 5.
So Mario looks
It looks good.
decently tidy. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like a good lap. There goes purple
He
in
does
second
set a
one.
purple. Yeah. So just the apex slightly there, but
This car's making up for those little mistakes, though. I just think Frank made too many of them, and that's what cost him so much time. Mario, if he
yeah,
just
for
keeps it
sure.
a tidy lap, this car will make up the time for him. Oh, almost. That was tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it, though. He used just as much track as he needed.
Ooh.
It's counting. They didn't they didn't invalidate that, but man, was he close to the wall there. That must have been millimeters away.
Using all the track.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was intentional.
If he gets the exit right here, I think he could go on to provisional pole. Not bad, actually. It looked like he was going to run wide, but he saved it with a downshift there.
So here he comes now. This
Yeah.
part here is where the car will really do a lot
Looks
of
like he's
work.
almost out of battery, though. That's going to hurt him down this straight. He used it up too much in the corners.
Yeah,
If he's out, it's going to cost him a ton of time.
We'll see how we can do, though.
41-1, so...
Yeah.
I think if he manages his battery a little bit better, he could have gone on to provisional pole there. I don't know if he had a whole second in that extra drag. Probably not. Maybe just a few more tenths. But he could have been in the top 5, I think, if he manages his battery a little bit better next lap out. And he should be safe, though. I don't think he'll be getting eliminated there. So, who do we have out? RC needs to get himself...
Yeah, he's on a hot lap. Axton got himself in the 5th there, so a nice second run from him. It seems there's only a few cars on track, so a lot of guys either comfortable with their laps or...
Yeah, it looks like not that many guys near the bottom there have come back out.
Yeah. So we have Johannes here coming through, setting his lap, or just starting his lap. Will he have enough time?
It's Eric is out.
Close.
Did he retire on track? Looks like he did. His car is still moving. See it there?
No, it looks stuck. In the castle.
It's stopped now. Oh, it's in the castle? It looked like on the map he was still moving to me. Anyways. I didn't even see it.
We have RC though.
Yeah, I'm on board with RC.
Back around. Yeah.
It's 2 seconds up.
Then Johannes.
Oh, RC huge moment. He's actually lost the car coming through the final couple turns there down the back straight, and he's going to be knocked out of Q1 here. RC bottles the final run. I think he looked okay. I think he would have been through otherwise, but he still improves, even though with a big mistake there. So, yeah, RC cost himself a chance there. He's going to be starting near the back of the grid in that Alpha car.
So, actually, something that's just come to my attention thanks to the chat. Coxie has a 40.9, and he's down in 15.
Right, so will he go through? He won't get his car back, I don't think, but he'll go through to the next session. Well maybe not, because it does reset, doesn't it?
I'm not too sure.
I
We do
don't know how
have,
the game would handle that, actually. I've never really noticed. Well, I guess we're all going to find out together. I
but I
assume
mean,
he's
even
out.
his time though, he shouldn't be in 15th. He should be up
Oh.
in 8th or
Oh, yeah,
9th.
what the fuck?
And
Hmm.
Johannes pips him, but
That doesn't make sense.
yeah, I have no idea what happened there.
Was it maybe posted even though it didn't count or something? I have no idea. Yeah,
And
that's...
he also didn't get dropped down the order, even though Johannes went ahead of him. So I don't know what has happened there.
Is it maybe putting him last of the people that made it through? Because maybe the game is already cutting off the bottom four, so it's put him into like, oh, you finished last even though your time was a 40.9 because you crashed. I don't know. I'm confused as hell, to be honest with you. We'll see what happens next session, I guess. Keep an eye on those times for sure. Oh man, this game. So it's Eric, RC, Frank, and Bag of Bones out in Q1. Coxie's crashed, so his car is stricken, but he did make it through technically. So I'm not sure how the game's going to handle that. We'll see if he gets put back in. We don't run full quali often enough to see this, and I'm not too sure based on experience.
Yeah,
Actually, no, they took the bottom five still anyway. See?
yeah.
That's interesting. Huh.
I don't know what the fuck has happened there.
So what happens in the final? What happens next sec? They only just knock the four out, and we go with 10 in Q3 again, or we go with 9 in Q3?
I'm thinking we're probably gonna end up with 9,
I don't
but
know, man. This
that'll
game is
really
such a mess.
fuck over whoever's in 10th.
Yeah, that's true.
uh,
That's bullshit. I don't know.
Massive apologies, Coxie. Not sure what's happened there, but unfortunately, I don't quite think there's anything we can do at this point.
I think the crash maybe threw the game off. They just didn't know where to put him or something. But because he's out, like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
would have been out regardless, right? In theory, he shouldn't really have a car for this session because he crashed. So, in a way, it kind of worked itself out, but it's a little bit bizarre. I don't know what would have
Yeah,
happened.
I'd assume it has to be due to the fact that he DNF'd, but
Maybe it was only going to pull four, but they put Coxie in because he crashed out. You know what I mean? Like if it was five plus a crash, maybe they'd pull six out. I don't know.
I
I have
I'm
no idea.
honestly stumped.
Yeah, same.
Um, but we're here in Q2.
All right, looks like a
Um,
Ferrari out early again. Is that going to be JX maybe? It is. So I'm
Mario
going to
made it
stay on
through.
board with JX for a moment. I'm just going to step away if you just want to
Sure,
keep tabs on things, and I'll leave the camera on JX for now.
okay, I will follow JXW on his outlap. Um, really solid in the first session. Both Ferrari cars looking pretty strong here. Um, I'd like to see one of them win tonight. He's gone out on the soft, so I can't remember what tire strategy is here. I had assumed it was medium to hard as the preferred strategy, but in a 100% race, so much can happen. And especially at a track like Baku, safety car probability is quite a bit higher, I'd imagine, than most other tracks due to the tight quarters and difficult nature of some of the turns. So it might be beneficial to start on the softs, and especially if he has a solid Q3, assuming he can get through. Because starting on those tires will definitely help to get him a good jump. So we'll stick with him. We'll see what he's able to do. We do actually have quite a few cars on track right now. I assume most in the garage are waiting till the end, as they probably just want to take one run, most likely on the medium tire. But we'll follow along with JX. Got his battery up in the fifth. He's in eighth gear, lean eighth gear for probably another 15 seconds. Comes across the start finish. Down into fourth into turn one. Looks pretty good on the exit there. shifting all the way up to 7th. Onto the DRS straight now, second DRS straight. Looks pretty tidy as of right now. And I'll say he looks quite in control of this car. Ferraris work quite good here in real life. Obviously, they're the second best car on the grid, so
almost tied for first, really. Like, it's really close between the Ferrari and
well, especially in qualifying here in real life. I mean, had Leclerc not sent her into the wall, probably could have challenged for pole position. So, no, I'm expecting a good result here from the Ferrari boys. And we've got Terminal ahead of him, just maybe close enough to actually give him a bit of a tow. I don't know if they're communicating with one another to try and organize this, but yeah, it looks like JX could get a pretty solid tow off of his teammate.
it looks like they might be organizing this, because there's plenty of time left in Q2 here, and
look at that, he's going to get a fantastic tow.
This worked out perfectly. Terminal Deity has done an excellent job giving his teammate a tow here. JXW is getting a monstrous slipstream here. Let's see what this time is. It's going to look mighty, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him, still closing here. Massive. He's almost hit 350, 40.5. What a lap. So, great stuff. Oh, and he's into the wall.
He drives it into the wall. Too much slipstream.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a monstrous tow. He was almost 350 there. 350 kilometers an hour, man. I think I saw the car starting to lift off the ground a bit.
So, you'll definitely have to send Terminal, like, some sort of gift for that. Maybe try and return the favor at some point.
I'd imagine so.
Later on. But yeah,
JXW
well done, Nate.
should be safe now. You can probably afford to give Terminal a tow, and then they can both go for a final.
Yeah, they coordinated that quite well. We have a Red Bull on the wall here. It looks like Johannes. Yeah, Johannes. On a wheel. I don't know if he always raced with a wheel. I'd assume it's a new development, and also without ABS. So we've given him a bit of a quicker car, as he's lost some pace. So normally, if you've been watching the past few weeks, you've seen him in a midfield car, but yeah, we just decided to try and help him out and see what he can do.
Axton just about to start a flyer here. I'm on board with him at the moment. See what he can do. He's the only alpha left in this session at the moment.
RC blundered it. He's having a good lap too, so Axton will have to carry Alfa Romeo. Mario with a 40.7, and then all the cars below have set their times on the medium tire. So Vitality actually with a really solid lap, a 41.3, or a 47 now. He's gone and taken a second run. Not sure how wise that is, especially if you have to start on these tires, but I'm a commentator, not a race car driver. Looks like Jinnit actually had a pretty big mistake, or is he just letting cars through? Not quite sure. He's going rather slow. On the racing line too, so...
He's ran out of fuel.
Ran out of fuel.
Yeah, he must have. Look, he can't get it up to speed. The only reason he's going any quicker is because he's going downhill. Right? That's exactly what's going on there. Ran out of fuel in Q2. I guess it's now is a good time to do it rather than at the end and you run out of time. Yeah.
And then we have Barton in the Renault, 39.8. So he's gone on the softs. I'd assume that'll be good enough to get through to Q3. I can't imagine he's going to go back out. So he'll be starting on the soft tire. JXW is actually pit and put the medium tire on.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It'll be hard, I think, to... he hasn't come out yet, so we'll see, but it'll be very difficult to beat that time he set on the softs, unless he can somehow coordinate another massive tow. So, Adri into second to 40.2, and Axton right behind with a 40.9. So, nothing substantial. I mean, those laps are really only separated by a couple corners. I'm sure they all have more time in their lap, but nice to see pretty close at the top. We currently have Terminal down in 10th on the medium tire, so I assume he's going to want to run again, probably go to the softs just to be safe. What else do we have? We have Janet. Has he made it to the pits yet? Yes, finally has made it to the pits. We're right on board now, I guess. I don't know who Big is riding with, but Pace Dog's just about to start a hot lap. See what he can do in that Haas.
Yeah, I just jumped on board with Pace Dogs there.
So
Just getting myself a... I wouldn't say it's a small glass of wine, but it's not as full as it could be. I won't be drinking much today, though. I'll probably just have a glass and maybe another. But I already did enough of that last night. I wasted half the fucking morning laying in my bed, just like, like, why did I stay up so late drinking? So there's nothing better to do, really.
yeah.
I was watching cat videos with my cat in bed for about an hour. Just laying there with my phone, and I was holding it in front of him, and he was watching them with me. We just kept going through. Every time I closed a video, he put his paw on the screen like he wanted to watch it again. It was pretty fun. And I was like, man, this is what I'm doing with my life on a Saturday right now. Like, watching cat videos with my cat in bed. Anyways, this is a little more entertaining. At least for me, the cat's a little bored, but... it was funny, to be honest. Like, when I realized what I was doing, I was like, holy fuck. I did it for a good 30-40 minutes.
Time for another drink.
yeah.
This calls for another drink. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah. Here comes Mario. Looks like he's trying to warm his mediums up right now.
Looks like Pace Dogs. Did he run out of fuel at the end of his lap?
Maybe.
Looks like he drastically slowed down, and I think the guys here have severely underestimated how much you need for a lap. That will probably be his only time now because of that.
Yeah, it's going to be a long haul back to the pits now. Mario is starting his flyer on the mediums. He wants to get through Q2 here on the medium tire. What does he have his best time set on? He's got his best on the soft so far at 40.7. Can he beat that time on the mediums? It's going to be tricky, but we'll see what he does here in the first sector.
Yeah, I
modeled the downshift there, it seemed.
Looks pretty good though. Comfortable getting on the throttle there.
It's almost 5/10 down.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think he'll be able to beat that time, but...
Well, what I would consider doing right now is there's a good chance those tires aren't really in their prime yet, so maybe just turn the battery down and do the hot lap in the next run, rather than... I mean, it depends how much fuel he's got. There he goes really wide again. He touched the wall.
Yeah. Really extending it out of that part of the track. And now we've got Chicken ahead of him.
Chicken going quite slow. Oh, and he pulls out of the runoff there.
Yeah, he got right out of the
struggling to get himself out of there, backing out onto the track. And I guess he just realized
pulled it off.
Yeah, there's no one around him, so he got away with that one.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Mario.
Chicken.
Mario nearly hits the wall again.
The wall again, yeah, really close there.
I don't think he's going to improve here, though, so that's going to be detrimental. He's not going to have much time for another run here. Actually, I guess if he has the fuel, he could coast around a lap and then do a final run, but it could take a little bit of life out of those tires.
It looks like he's kept it in hot laps. I don't know if
maybe he did back out.
He just wants to just run it again. He'll have no battery down the back straight.
No, he won't. Unless he turns it down and can manage to be nimble, but he's going to struggle here. We'll see what his first sector time is. That's really going to determine
if
or not.
I'll follow Chicken for now.
Nah, he's way down.
In the Haas car. We'll see His teammate there, Pace Dog, is a 140.8, so we'll see what Chicken can do kind of relative to his teammate. He's a 10th down. Almost 2/10ths down after the first sector, so... Oh, and he kind of drifts his way through that corner.
Oh,
back end steps
very
out.
close there on the turn-in.
Uses
Looks
a
good,
lot
though.
of curb there, yeah. Nicely done through that corner. Coming up now, very tricky corner, downhill braking to the left, but he looks solid. I mean, we'll see what he can do, see if he's up on his time here. 7/10ths up, so he gained about a second almost, or 9/10ths rather, through Sector 2 alone, seeing as he was down after Sector 1. So, I mean, this time here, see how much he can take off additionally, but I think this will be enough, at least for the time being. Oh, right into 10th. Just barely ahead of JFD.
That's 1,000th between
smallest of margins, yeah. So, is JFD on track now, or did he kind of... Yeah, he
is. He'll be starting a hot lap, so...
He'll be close to see if he can get around in time, though.
Most of the guys in the top 10 not out of the pits, so they're
I'd assume
safe.
Top 5, top 6 are all safe. Top 7, I guess, even. We have one of the Red Bulls. It's John on a hot lap.
Is he finishing a lap here? T-Money, I think he is. Let's see what he can do here.
He's still in 0, so...
Oh, is he? Yeah, maybe he's just starting it. Maybe took the extra warm-up lap.
Yeah. No, he's just failed. Okay, so we have John, one of the newcomers, JHN. I don't know if he wants to be called John or not, but I'll do it for today, and if he tells me to stop, I will. His battery's already drastically reduced, so I'm wondering if maybe this is a second run.
Yeah, so this has got 1 lap in already.
Yeah, so... Yeah, he's gonna be quite compromised.
Let's see what Sector 2 time is. Johannes, I guess, just...
God, he hits the wall a bit. Looks like it was all wheel.
Yeah. Johannes needs to get a time on the board here. He goes purple. Sector 2.
Yeah, probably quite a strong sector for the Red Bull car, I'd imagine.
He's got no power left. He's look at his just no pace down the street.
Yeah, just nothing. So he goes into the pits and he will be out of Q2.
Let's Johannes. JFD is approaching the end of Sector 2 as well, but Johannes goes to finish the hot lap.
Ahead of him as well. So these are all the guys right now fighting to get out. Out of the bottom half.
Johannes looks like he's going to get out here. He does.
41 up into 9th. So T-Money down now. We'll follow Jinnit, see what he can do. He's a second up on his time, so he should be well clear. Probably puts himself close to the top 5 and around there. So.
I think Jinnit would be happy with that, getting that Toro Rosso into the Q3 session. Same with Adri, he's sitting in 3rd.
Definitely. So, we'll see where he can go, how close to Adri he can get. And he goes into 2nd. So, now we'll ride on quick with JFD. Oh, I
missed it. Here it comes. 11th. I didn't make it. So JFD out. Who predicted him for a victory? I think the odds of that just went way down the drain.
Well,
actually, true. He does. That's a good point, actually. And that's probably a good race car around here.
Yeah, so I imagine he'll be able to get into the mix.
Vitality, the only driver starting on the medium.
No, I like to see it. That'll spice it up. I'm curious to see how he can do in Q3, because if he can,
his time is there. I think
to the front row.
Plop him on those softs. I think that lap time would probably be quite close to the fastest. So he could be starting in the top 3 if he puts a solid lap on the board, and he'll be starting on the medium tire. So Vitality looking to make a name for himself in his debut here.
Yeah. I'll have to put him in a new car next week. He wins this. And we have Mario made it through. So
Yep.
Mario into the shootout.
I
Both
mean,
Ferraris.
he could pull it off if he actually strings together a perfect lap. That car
Yeah,
could take
yeah.
him to the top 3 as well. So,
Yeah, we have both Ferraris, both Toro Rossos, and those are the only complete teams to actually make it through. So um, maybe we see Terminal and JX coordinate another tow. Are Adri and Jinnet going to do the same? I'm not too sure, but those would be the ones I'd expect if they were to do it. But yeah, Q3. Another great thing about this format is you really do just get a straight shootout now. You're not worrying about which tires you're starting on. You're just worrying about going fast. So,
yep.
which is
pretty
Vitality.
exciting.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
it wasn't for the logistical thing about how long full qualifying takes, it would be pretty nice to run it in the league race. Just to mix up that the strategy options a little bit and to kind of give, I don't know, I mean, it just gives everybody a better chance at setting a proper time, because sometimes in that short session you could invalidate a lap or two, then you might get blocked on a lap, and then suddenly you just never get a good time on the board and your night's over. Whereas Q1,
just even mean too
Q1
though,
a
like
little.
you're.
Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was just gonna say, like, even you're sort of sacrificing track position quite a bit with a short qualifying format, right?
Right.
For guys who like to run the reverse or run an alternate strategy, you're giving up quite a few places to people who run the softs.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I like it. It's fun to take part in, and I think it's definitely more exciting this way. Just, yeah, the time element is it's a bit too much of a commitment.
Yeah, I mean, our qualifying session would be just as long as our race session.
Yeah.
Even longer some places. So, but I would think it would give a better opportunity to guys looking to get out of Q1. Just to you still have 18 minutes to get your lap times on the board, but then towards the end of the session there'll be far less traffic as well. So the odds of you getting a clean run, because the guys that are safe aren't going to waste their time running another lap. The odds of you getting a clean lap in are much higher in the Q1 session for some of the guys that need to get those extra laps on the board at the end to make it through. It would be very interesting for sure.
But I mean, especially even in the later formats though as well, or the later runs, with less cars each session, you do get a lot more track, especially for the shootout here.
Yeah.
With only 10 cars, it's a lot easier to find that space on track, and
I wonder. I mean, I don't know. We're just gonna kind of hash this out aloud here, but I know it's entirely. But we seem to have the interest weekly, and I wonder if we maybe even set up like a fourth division that's just full Grand Prix every Saturday. Full quality, full race. You can sign up. And what I was possibly thinking is, I know it's pretty tough for 2 people to commit to racing every single week. So what we could do is actually have like 3-man teams, maybe. Maybe kind of pair people up into groups where it's like, I think I'll be here every week, so I can be like lead driver, and then we could have people that are like, I'll do a few, so they can be like the third driver, and whoever's around and available those specific days, they could all be like, we could put like 3-man teams and keep track of them outside, right?
Yeah.
So only 2 drivers would race per night. Only 2 drivers would actually race per race, but there would be 3 available for that team, say. So, like, say, Terminal Dady, JXW, and then who else do we usually put in the Ferrari? Lit Romney, let's say. Somebody like him could be the third guy. We'd have, like, that would be the Ferrari team for the season.
Yeah.
It could be pretty interesting.
No, it would be, it is a pretty neat idea. I don't know if we would, how we would want to sort through it all, but look at the times that are being set right now. 2 through 6 is separated by less than a 10th.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're hoping to see here today.
Yeah, Barton He's definitely going back in that Williams.
Yeah.
I'm just messing. You know, he's listening. He's probably all.
Well, the other thing,
I'm fucking not. I fucking ain't. I tell ya.
I think the biggest issue would be having somebody commit to the Williams for an entire season of full Grand Prix. That would be like just.
Yeah, you're not gonna find anyone willing to do that.
Maybe we could let the Williams be a 4-man team. Just so there's 4 people that could be there every week.
And the points Williams scores are doubled. Some sort of incentive to actually get people into it. It seems
maybe that would actually not be a bad option, and I think most people would agree to it because I doubt there'd be many chances for them to score more than a few points at a time anyway.
Yeah, so we would have to incentivize it to some extent, but the car really is useless, and
it is.
It's so far from the pace of every other car that it's tough to have fun in it, I guess, is the main issue.
Right.
But
Adri into the pits, Jinnit into the pits, with Ferrari terminal. It looks like he's heading into the pits as well. Johannes,
yeah,
he's setting his first hot lap to see what he can do here.
Axton got a penalty there.
No, Johannes bailing.
Yeah, so Axton does have a 5-place grid penalty for collision with Adri.
Curious.
Exactly
Pace
sure
dogs.
But yeah,
He's
right
on
board
fire.
He's the only one on track right now, so this is your time to shine. No pressure. You just got everyone watching you.
Oh, and he touches the wall.
Yeah, looks like he got
That
the
wall's
wall a
getting
bit
a
there.
lot of love today.
Yeah.
It's going to be black by the end of the race for sure.
It's one of those ones where you can like mostly get away with it, is you tend to just kind of smack your wheels off of it, but
yeah,
very easy to lose a wheel there as well. Or a bit of rigging,
especially on full damage. I think everyone used to get away with it a bit more, but in full damage you pretty much DNF there most races the way people are driving here. So Pace Dog's off the pace here. He's 40.7. He's not into the 39s. The only driver not in the 39s in Q3 so far.
Yeah, we got Mario.
Yeah, Mario coming out.
On his out lap. He'll be the first to start the next flyer. This looks like it will be his only run in Q3, so we'll see what he can do, see if he can get himself into the 39s, and I mean, if you do, then you're just thrown right in the middle of everyone, so.
And a few guys in the chat saying they're interested in doing the full league, but yeah, 3-man teams could work. We could actually take 30 signups and then assign everybody into teams of 3. I wouldn't mind racing in it, but we also do need someone to broadcast it. And it's just, again, like, I don't even know what my schedule is going to be like. It could change literally like any week. I could just be gone every weekend, so I can't even really commit to anything. Yeah. I mean, if a 3-man team, you could always pull out, and there's still 2 guys there, so it's not the end of the world, really, but. I don't know how realistic it is to have this broadcast every week either. It's going to be tough, but I think we do have the resources to do it. Definitely enough guys interested. Is this Mario's hot lap? It says he's on an out lap still.
No, he's just crossing the line now, so he's just starting his hot lap into turn 1 here.
Oh, into the wall! And on the exit, too. Just awful there on the start for Mario. Not shining.
Just about... Oh! That'll just about do it for Mario's chances here in qualifying.
We'll get the camera off of Mario. Let him bring it home in peace.
JXW on a hot lap behind Mario, so
yeah,
we'll see what happens. Mario does pull off. I guess he probably realized at this point it's not his run.
No. He doesn't even have time to get back out again either, so it's it for Mario. So Mario makes it into Q3. He'll be starting on his Q2 tire and doesn't even improve his starting position here in Q3, so that's going to be disappointing for him. He'll be a little closer to his teammate now, Frank, though, so Frank probably, I mean, obviously supporting his teammate in a way, but also probably a little happy that he can actually maybe take a sniff at him and race him wheel to wheel tonight.
So it should be ramping up now. I think we've got every car almost out on track, except for it looks like Pace Dogs, who is just leaving the pits now. So it'll be pretty dicey to see if he can make it back around. And then we actually don't have Jinnit out, so Jinnit is just leaving now. Again, it'll be real dicey to see if he can make it.
JXW is purple in Sector 2 here, so it looks like he had a really good exit and a good haul down this long straight here. Let's see what kind of time he can set here. Just behind his teammate right now. Yeah.
He's out of deploy.
39.6.
He goes into first.
Provisional pole for JXW in that Ferrari. That is
Ferrari.
huge.
Who do we have next? It looks like Vitality's now coming down the back straight.
He is. He goes into provisional
39
pole.
39-2.
That is a statement from Vitality. He is looking solid here. Is that Barton? He's on an outlap, so we're not worried about him at the moment. Let's check in with Axton. He's on his flyer.
Does have a 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah, so he needs to go. Really needs to get provisional pole.
He needs to get first. Yeah. Anything lower than 5th, then he'll be out of the top 10. So
yeah. He is just about to run out of battery as well. Everybody's seeming to run out here, but he managed it well. Just enough time. He's into 7th, so that's okay, but it's going to hurt when the race starts.
Yeah, especially if one of these other guys can move ahead.
Terminal is starting a flyer, so we'll check in with him shortly.
We have a
Johannes,
Red Bull.
He's on the lap as well.
He's just starting. So are we back with Barton at the front here?
Adrian Jinnit on outlaps as well. It looks like JXW. He'll be heading into the pits, I would presume.
Yeah, so I think it's Barton is first on track here.
Or is it Vitality?
No, he already set his lap.
Yeah, he's going in. So Barton it is. Let's see what Barton can do.
See what he can do. He did have pole after the first runs by everyone. Now in 3rd, so.
I imagine with the track evolution, he's probably going to take provisional pole once more, but will he get the final laugh when it's all said and done?
Yeah. Unsettles the car a bit over that curb there, but and he's not up. He says he's down by just under a 10th, so
needs to find the time here. He's got plenty of battery left, actually. He's probably going to do well down this back straight.
Yeah, he's done well to manage it throughout the lap, which has been
this is
quite
where
a big
it's going to
issue.
help.
So.
Looks like he's going to have just enough to finish the lap on full bore. 39.7 for Barton.
Can't improve.
Does not improve.
So we got Terminal.
Oh,
he loses the car.
That's going to cost the people behind him, too. He's just trying to get himself out of the way here. He's going to get disqualified if he doesn't get turned around. He's into the wall once more. Is that JX? No. Who's the Red Bull? Johannes?
That's Johannes, yeah. JXW, or Terminal rather, did manage to stay out of everyone's way.
Good on him.
So we have Johannes, and then Jinnit, and then Adri, I believe. Or Adri, then Jinnit. So, here we go. This is the
final shootout.
Glory run here.
No good for Johannes. He could not get it done.
No.
Here comes Adri. He's getting a bit of a tow from Terminal.
Yeah, sneaky toe hanging out behind Terminal.
There he goes. Into provisional pole.
Into the 38, so quite a good lap. We'll see Jinnit now.
Cannot get there without that toe. I think that toe actually helped Adri quite a bit there.
He improves, gets himself in the 3rd, but not quite enough. And we have Pace Dogs, I think. No, he's not out.
That's it.
That is it. We have a couple cars now just coming around to finish their laps.
Alright, I will review the order quickly here. We got Adri on pole, we got Vitality in 2nd, Jinnit, so Vitality starting on the mediums in 2nd, that's going to be huge. Jinnit starting 3rd. We see, like, really what needs to happen is Vitality needs to lose a few places on the start for the soft runners to have a real good crack at trying to gain the advantage they need over him. So yeah, Vitality 2nd, Jinnit 3rd, JXW 4th, Barton in 5th, Terminal Dady is in 6th, Axton is in 7th, Pace Dogs 8th, Johannes 9th, and Mario in 10th. Axton will start about 12th, I believe, with the grid penalty there, so going to be tough for Axton this afternoon, but he's a little closer to his teammate, RC, now as well. So I will step away for just a brief moment. We're going to have a quick little break here, and then we will get the formation lap underway and get started here at Baku.
Yes, I will also be back in a moment. So, this is your time. Go grab refreshments, do what you need to do, but definitely get back here for the start of this race. Alright, we are underway with the formation lap. Adri is controlling the pace here, weaving nicely to get those tires up to temperature. Doesn't seem as though Big is back yet, but we shall wait for him as I get all my data ready. So, as previously mentioned, Vitality, the only one in the top 10 starting on the mediums. Seems most cars have decided to go onto the softs. JFD and Team Money, they're both on the mediums. JFD kind of lucks out, bumped up to 10th, and gets to start on the medium. So, it's kind of worked out well for him. Team Money bumped up to 11th on the mediums. We have Bones down to 16th on the medium. And Frank Lucas, the only one on the hard tire. So even RC down in 18th has decided to opt for the soft tire to start here. So I'd assume they all know something that I don't. But
maybe a two-stopper. Maybe just banking on the safety car.
Yeah. Definitely something you have to consider. I'd assume that's what we've got guys thinking about. So,
just gonna close this telemetry for a bit, just to free up the screen a little bit more for the race start here.
Yeah, I'll keep it all open on my end. So, any relevant bits of information, I'll send them your way. I'll get the position change up.
Looks like the grid is reforming here. Everybody slowly taking their grid slots. We are about to start a full Baku Grand Prix here. We got 51 laps here this afternoon in Azerbaijan.
51 laps. This track takes
grueling.
one small mistake to really ruin your race. Keeping composure over 51 laps will be intense. All right,
here are the lights. We have 4 lights on. We got all 5 lights on, and they're off. The race has not started. We have these delays every race now. It's really annoying. Drive-through penalty, jump start. Yeah, there we go. Adri is off. Good. Jinnit gets a good start as well. He bumps wheels with Vitality into turn 1, and he gets the position. Good move from Jinnit to take the place there in turn 1.
Yeah.
Do we have any chaos? Looks like everybody threw clean through turn 1. Nice to see here.
Looks good. Oh, we've got a big bit of mess at the back.
Big contact here. We've got Barton, Deity. They've made contact into turn 2 here. Big spin, and it caught a few drivers out here. Jinnit has lost a few places as well.
Barton down into 18th. Yeah, Terminal into 19th. Still trying to get turned around. Hard to say for sure, but I do think that was Vitality getting into the back of Jinnit, which caused him to go sideways, and then, yeah, rest of the cars, nowhere else to go, ran into him. So JXW, though, really pressuring Vitality.
Yeah, he's all over the back of him in that Ferrari. You can see, we're riding on board with Jinnit here. You can see the 4 cars ahead here scrapping on the first lap still. Jinnit obviously lost a few places there after being contacted, and now needs to fight his way back through here. Really tough for Jinnit because he did get a really good start there, and he took that place early, and now is in a bad spot. But he's looking down the inside of the Renault here. He's not close enough. T-Money nudges the wall there, though, on the exit, so maybe picks up a bit of damage.
T-Money up 6 positions.
Contact! Jinnit tries to send it there, and Jinnit nearly spins into the wall, but I think he stopped himself. He doesn't have wing damage, so Jinnit gets away with that one, but not a place to send it down the inside there. Really don't think there was much in it. It was probably not a very good idea, but definitely feeling the pressure to make up the places he lost.
JXW now absolutely flying down the pit straight. We'll get that move done quite easily. Moves himself up into second, and Adri has already built a 3.5-second lead, but Vitality actually steals Slipstream back.
They're wheel to wheel, and they make contact. JXW pushed to the outside. I think he hit the wall there. Did he lose his end plate? Might be okay there.
Yeah, maybe a bit of damage.
All over the back of Vitality now. Pace Dog's looking for a way through here.
So those medium tires really not up to speed as of yet. We have Mario in 6th following this train here a bit, and JFD right behind him. So, a bit of a train, forming behind Vitality.
And there's a bit of a train stuck behind Johannes too. Like, there's just a separation in the field, but everybody in those 2 trains are pretty close to each other, except for Adri, who's completely run off with the lead of this race.
Absolutely. Driven off into the sunset.
Seconds ahead already. Like, he's gone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we thought we put him in the worst car, but he seems to be, him in that car seem to be getting along quite nicely, so he's looking pretty sharp at the moment.
Still no DRS this lap, but this is where the realistic performance will kind of really start to shine when we see those different engines battling with one another.
I think we're going to have a really interesting run down this straight here with Pace Dogs and Vitality picking up a double slipstream on the JXW, but obviously JXW being in that Ferrari going to have a lot more juice in the tank, so let's see. And
Mario quite close to T-Money, so comes close to the wall. He did lift.
JXW looking to break that slipstream very aggressively. He's made his moves. He's still weaving here. I think he's a little too close to Vitality to be weaving that much, but
I don't
Vitality,
think like
no, I think that was a little excessive in my opinion. Vitality probably a little frustrated there. Really, how do you pick your spot when the guy hasn't stopped moving, right?
Yeah, so DRS is enabled now. They will get it down this straight.
There's Vitality. He's close with that DRS, but I don't think he's going to have a shot yet. He's going to have to wait a little longer. But what that's going to do is it's going to allow Pace Dogs, T-Money, and Mario to close up again. And then you pretty much see almost the entire field behind Vitality following along within a second of each other here.
Yeah.
So this is what we want to see early in the race here. We're going to see this DRS start to really allow for some overtaking now that it's activated, and we're going to have quite a few cars probably start to separate themselves from each other. But at the moment, nobody really gaining a massive advantage over the others. Vitality loses his end plate there. He made contact with the wall through the castle section there, and I saw a piece of pink carbon fiber fly past. So Vitality is now carrying damage. Pace dogs all over the back of him. And Vitality with a wobble again there. Yeah, he's on the medium tire with damage. That is going to be very costly for his entire race time. He's running on the long stint right now, and he's picked up damage on lap 3. Not sure what... He's probably going to be hoping for a safety car now, maybe get a free pit stop or something, but... So far, no retirements. Everybody's still in the race. We got a few cars way off the rest of the pack there. I think one of them you can just see there, Frank Lucas, it looked like bombing down the back straight, or it's Eric, maybe it was. It was a Williams, I think.
T-Money.
Here comes T-Money, yeah, on Pace Dogs.
Beautiful shot there. You can see all the action happening in the background there as we have Zenith just...
Someone touched the wall there. I missed what car it was because I was flipping around. But
JFD.
Yeah, someone... I'm sorry, no, ahead of these guys. There was carbon fiber flew past the front of Zenith's car, so either Pace Dogs or T-Money has picked up damage here. It's probably T-Money, I would think, given that he's getting passed once more here. Yeah, T-Money's lost his end plate. He's missing his front right end plate, so T-Money now carrying damage as well.
Tire.
Yeah, so that's bad news for the medium guys. Really bad. Good news for Zenith, though, is he's right there suddenly, and then the two medium guys ahead are compromised. So Zenith actually not in too bad of a spot given the disastrous first few laps he's had. So hopefully Zenith can keep a cool head here, and he can make his way back through, and he can get back up there and fight for a podium. Yeah.
Blocking the entire track there, can't get it turned, or Chicken rather, can't get it turned around. Axton picks up a 5-second penalty for colliding with him, and yeah, bits of carbon fiber just littered throughout the track. So
maybe safety car possibly if this keeps up.
Dropping down the order. Coxie's ahead of him.
Vitality's gotten ahead of JXW somewhere here.
Very hectic start to this race. Vitality though really going to be at the mercy of JXW coming down the pitch straight.
Yeah, he's in trouble here. Look at the pace difference
already. Yeah, just flying. Almost passed before DRS is even activated. So yeah, JXW will get that move done again.
Now Vitality will have the DRS down the next straight.
He has Coxie up into 6th, so he's gotten by JFD and Mario somewhere.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Looks like a Red Bull is off. Is that Johannes? He's made a mistake there. Yeah, he's way off. Here comes Vitality once again, but not close enough to get the move done. So, can JXW do enough to separate himself by the end of the lap here? I don't know. It looks like he's struggling at the moment to separate from Vitality on those medium tires.
We've got Barton getting past RC there.
Oh, we got 4 cars very close together here.
Ooh,
comes
RC
John.
The newcomer, yeah.
John down the inside there on RC.
Yeah. And then right behind RC is Bones as well, so a nice scrap for the final couple points positions here. Bones on those medium tires, he's really just got to hang in here and kind of tag along, hopefully keep getting DRS and have these soft runners pull him along. Vitality, again, extremely close to JXW, and this time he will be the one getting DRS.
JX gets a pretty good exit, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
No.
He's already under threat here.
Especially because the Racing Point, the one thing it doesn't lack is top-end speed, so yeah, similarly to last lap, we will have get this move done. JXW moves back into his slipstream.
He's closing though, very quickly. It looks like the Ferrari a little bit better at following than the Racing Point.
We'll see if he can kind of launch. If he can get out of this corner here.
Mario ahead of Zenith now. Zenith has pit.
Zenith's in the pits, so
You're looking to get that undercut in early.
He's getting a new wig, and he's going on to the mediums, so...
Two
Not
stopping,
sure
I would
exactly
imagine.
where he picked up damage, but yeah, I don't think those mediums will make it to the end of this race.
No, I would say medium, you probably get to the end. 25 laps apiece.
Adri is now 7.5
20-ish.
seconds roughly ahead of these guys.
Yeah, he's
all this
just
fighting
gone.
that's been going on. Oh.
JFD right on the back of Coxie here. So Coxie runs deep there, and I think he may have touched the wall. I'm not too sure. See if we can get a look at that front wing. We're on the right side of it, but that's not the side I want to see. Yeah, I think he's okay. Maybe he just nudged it with the wheel or something, but JFD all over the back of Coxie. Looks like those softs starting to fall off a little bit now. The medium runners starting to gain a bit of a pace advantage over the soft runners. Barton picks up a penalty there for multiple warnings.
Oh, we got Mario just hitting the wall there. He's missing his end plate on the right side, so...
He's probably approaching the pit window for those softs relatively soon anyways, so maybe he gets off them early.
Goes well deep there. So JXW, again, gets by Vitality, and I'm sure both these guys are probably like...
Getting annoyed?
Screw off.
Yeah,
Screw off.
JFD has DRS here on Coxie, but he is not close enough yet. Can he close in the second DRS zone and try for an overtake here? Vitality did not.
Oh, Coxie hits the wall.
Yep, Coxie makes a mistake there.
Yeah.
And here he comes. Well
Looks
through.
like they'll get that done. Let's see if Coxie tries to fight it through the... Nah, he's not nowhere close.
Get back to Vitality. Still scrapping here with JX. Got a yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like a Williams has lost it. It's Eric has lost the car. Just as we are approaching right here, this is where it's Eric has gone off the road. He looks like he's gone off into the escape road. He's turning himself around here, but still trying to get himself going, it looks like. He's just stuck with all the traffic coming out. Yeah, it's Eric having a bit of a disastrous afternoon. It was probably not a great idea. It's stock on it's Eric falling quickly as he took the Williams seat last minute, and it's giving him the afternoon I sort of expected. It's just a dog to drive, especially at a track like this. So unforgiving when you make a mistake that you really can't afford to be driving such a poor car. Yeah, Vitality close again here to JXW. Is he going to have a run down the street? It looks like he might. I think he's close enough. Well, he has to lift there and actually lost a lot of time to JXW. His racing point just not good around that corner.
We also have John.
Is this what JX... Oh, JX into the pits. JX into the pits, so that's an interesting development. Because it looked like he'd finally maybe covered off Vitality and was going to stay ahead, and then he dove into the pits, so... JFD gets ahead. Here comes JXW. Coxie into the pits as well. Is JX going to get ahead of Barton? It's going to be tight. No, Barton goes through. Comes RC as well as John. So...
He gets ahead of RC.
Yeah, JX gets ahead of RC. So that's pretty important. He's got the next few cars ahead of him will be stopping soon, and then he's got a gap to JFD to worry about.
Got a great run. He's going to go down the inside here.
RC plants it, and... Oh, JX! His back tire caught the front right of RC, and it's so hard to get turned around on this circuit. He's reset the track. Probably a good idea. Given that the car is coming right behind him here. That was Jinnit, and the last thing he wants to do is get stuck behind Jinnit after getting spun. Although Jinnit, I guess, is pit, so completely different strategies here. Jinnit obviously going to have that covered off regardless, even if RC pits in a few laps. So, bad luck for RC there. I think JX left him enough space, but it's a tight corner there, and that back left caught the front right, and it just kind of sent him around. So, very unfortunate to see. I see Beck has joined the session. I guess he's popped in for a spectator session.
Yeah, take a look, see what's going on here.
Yeah. Still all 19 cars in the race, too, so good to see. Nobody has binned it yet.
It looks like RC has lost his end plate. I imagine he'll probably duck into the pits here. Makes sense, seeing as most of the soft guys have.
Yeah, definitely time. He's gonna get passed by Jinnit anyway.
So we'll see kind of how this sorts out. We have Pace Dogs now into second. Adrian has gone into the pit, so we'll see where he comes out. It seems most guys are going to opt for the...
I think Jinnit is blocking RC from going into the pits here unintentionally. I don't know. RC stayed out, actually, so I guess Jinnit is... I don't know. Jinnit parked it on that line, and I was like, oh, man, if RC wants to go to the pits, he can't.
Oh, Jinnit!
Oh, Jinnit!
No,
Huge moment. Was he peeking in his mirror there and maybe just missed the corner? He has crashed himself into the wall there. Big damage. He's going to have to pit. He's got a long way to go to get to the pits, too. So Jinnit has pretty much ruined his race here as he's on 3-lap old medium tires, parked it into the barrier and lost his wing. So I would say go to the hards now and then just ride them out as long as you can. That's the best option. Hard's probably not the greatest tire, but Electric Chicken has opted for that, and it might pay off if we end up with a safety car or something and a bunch of people diving into the pits. We could see Chicken make up a lot of ground.
Yeah.
And JX just nudges the wall on the exit there. Heading into the castle section, his medium tire is pretty fresh, maybe not quite warmed up yet.
Mario making a nice move around the outside of Jinnit there. With John right behind, so Mario...
Oh, Jinnit has tagged the back of Mario there.
Quite opportunistic. Yeah, sneaks his way through, so really nicely done from Mario.
And he separates himself from John behind. That's important as Mario on 2-lap old medium. So his tires will be working well. Well, John's just trying to get up to pace here. He's going to have to find a way past Jinnit while Mario really pulling away already. And that's huge for Mario. Good shout there, catching that.
Yeah. So John should be able to get by quite easily through here. Have to see how well he moves through this section of the track. Especially it's gonna lift.
And there goes wing. Oh, and more wing.
Yeah.
More wing for the Red
Coxey
Bull too.
Through. Barton likely to get through as well.
So John's gonna have to pit. I think he lost both end plates there.
You don't know when.
No, he stayed out.
He's out. Yeah. So it's hard to say when the car. You don't know if the car in front is carrying damage. But yeah, tough break there for John. GFD quite close to Pace Dogs, who's still out on those soft tires. It seems most guys have abandoned them at this point, and not Pace Dogs. So
nice shot here.
He's trying to stretch this into a one-stop, maybe if he goes onto the hards. I don't know what's reasonable.
Bones has overtaken Axton as well. Just missed that while we're watching JFD trying to find a way through here on Pace Dogs. But yeah, lots of close gaps through the field still. Just obviously we're going to focus on the battles near the front for the time being.
Yeah, so we've got JFD now flipped up to overtake. Obviously Pace Dogs will have a better engine in that car. I think he'll be able to get this done. It looks like Pace Dogs is, yeah, going to go into the pit. So this actually works out quite nicely for JFD. He can get the DRS, get a nice run.
You know, he's only 6.5 off vitality too, so that's not too shabby. Is JFD missing both his end plates and staying out still? He is. I think he has both end plates missing. He does.
At this point, it's harder to find a car who has both end plates, it seems. We've got Barton, though. In DRS range on Coxey, I don't think...
He's closing faster.
He'll have enough. Yeah, it's just that Racing Point engine. Tough to compete against in the Renault. Especially with Coxey being on...
Axton and Bones swapping again, it looks like. Axton gets the place back. Frank and RC. I guess John's gone into the pits. He's serving penalties as well. He puts the hards on. Sorry, I don't think he served penalties. He was just putting the hards on there. So, interesting strategy from John there. Do you think he can go to the end? 40 laps on the hards?
I'd say yeah.
I think it's doable, but I don't know how viable it is.
I don't know what it'll be like towards the end there, but I think
Chicken
it can be done.
Chicken on those hards has a huge advantage over John at the moment, though, so it's actually worked out for Chicken. I don't know how long he was driving in clear air, but it looks like he's starting to make up ground on some of the guys ahead. Definitely into the top 10, it looks like Chicken with pit stops ahead, but not too sure he'll get anywhere near the podium today. Pace Dogs, 10.5 off of JXW. He's on fresh mediums. JXW pit already as well. So there's your net lead there. It looks like Adri still has with JXW in tow. So Pace Dogs looking like he's in a net. It's going to be close actually when Vitality pits. We'll see where Vitality comes out in comparison to the other guys. Obviously on a different strategy though, because he is on those mediums. So maybe take those about 20 laps and then get on the hards for about 30. I think that would be optimal. Something about some kind of split similar to that.
I think most guys who have gone into the mediums now are just going to take the mediums again.
Yeah, I would imagine. But just because you started on the mediums will help, like, when you go to the hards and just one stop it, I think that's the best option for Vitality.
Yeah. The Team Money into the pits again for a new wing.
Yeah. Is he going to get him here? I think he is. Team Money has left his pit box.
Very close. I think Team Money will get ahead. It's
no,
so tight.
RC's going to have a good exit. I think RC's got him.
Yeah, he does. RC will get ahead, and we'll see if Frank Lucas actually gets ahead as well. It's going to be very tight heading into turn 2, but yeah, Team Money slots in front of him. And,
Frank
now
got DRS though in that Mercedes. He should be able to get by Team Money here. He's close. He turns that battery up. He's close, but he's running a little low right now. He lifts, yeah. So Frank just not looking for it.
Yeah. So we have Coxie made it past Mario. So Coxie's got a bit of breathing room from Barton now, which is oh, Mario.
Big moment for Mario. He saves it.
Yeah, he does.
He's lucky not to have lost more there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, he's looking loose again in the background there. I'm looking at Barton's view, and then Mario comes skating around the corner in the background.
Ooh, very close to the wall there. He's kept his M plates.
Still battling with Axton here.
Yeah, no, this has been a good scrap here. Between the Renault and the McLaren.
Jinnit approaching Chicken here as well. So we're going to have those two scrapping down the straight. And we should have Bones closing on Axton, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is closing, it looks like.
He'll get DRS. He's got enough battery if he can catch up to him, but Axton will have the engine advantage. So yeah, it doesn't look like Bones will be able to get through.
Nope. Just checking with Jinnit and Chicken. Jinnit looks like he's going to get Chicken here. Just absolutely flying. Yeah, Chicken does have DRS as well, though, so that's going to hurt Jinnit's chances here.
Yeah,
very close to Terminal 80, actually. Here comes
battery,
Jinnit.
yeah.
Down the inside. They go wheel to wheel into turn 1. Those brakes glowing orange for Jinnit, and he's still side by side with the Haas, and finally he gets the move to stick.
Yeah.
So Jinnit gets the overtake done on Chicken. Chicken looking to run long here, probably not really worth fighting a guy on fresh mediums. He maybe just can pick up a toe here and try to hang with his rivals ahead. Davey is under threat here from Jinnit now. That looks like our closest battle really on track, so...
Yeah.
Barton is hanging on to Cox. Actually, Barton very close to Coxie. So Coxie had a moment in the castle. I think. Coxie has hit the wall in the castle section. He's lost a lot of his front wing there, and Barton has made his way through. Coxie is definitely going to have to pit. I think he's missing a huge piece of that wing. And Mario is probably going to get him easily here. So he's going to have no traction over the next couple of turns here.
Yeah.
Mario gets a good exit. He should get him.
Mario. Just careful when you go through these next couple high-speed turns if Coxie's forced to lift, right? So
yeah, true.
I'm sure they're talking to one another. I'm sure they're in a party.
Whoa! Coxie into the wall.
And yeah, Mario sneaks past him, gives him a little wave, I'm sure. And
Coxie has to pit there. He doesn't have the grip he needs. There he goes. Oh, at least he was on softs. I guess he could put hards on and go to the end. That's what I would do if I was him now, given that he was forced into an early pit stop.
Yeah. So that promotes a couple guys up again. We have Team Money actually quite close to RC. Looks like he will get that move done. So And Beck has taken off. Just wanted a little peek into what was going on here, I suppose.
Coxie onto the mediums, so maybe he can get to the end. I don't think so though.
On the mediums, yeah, I'm not
sold.
Yeah, we'll see, I guess, how far these guys who started on the mediums go, see what they can do, but Adri is still just absolutely flying. He's cut basically an entire pit stop off of JFD again, so JFD obviously driving with a lot of damage, perhaps stubbornly sticking to his strategy, but
he could probably get to the hards now and go to the end.
Yeah, and from my experience racing with him in Tier 1, he always does seem to know what he's doing strategy-wise, so I'll assume he's got a plan. He's sticking to it at this point, but yeah, Adri, quite rapid at the moment. So, RC and Team Money seems to be our closest battle. I guess we have Janet now.
Coxie lost more wing.
Yeah, and behind him, it looks like Chicken lost part of his wing as well, so...
Janet needs to be careful here because Coxie is going to lift.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But yeah, Janet... Coxie, I think because he hit the wall, was actually sent right into Janet's path there. Maybe it looked like a really bad defensive move, but wasn't anything more than just a little bit of a ricochet off the barrier there.
Yeah, so we'll see how Coxie takes these turns here.
Actually looks a bit better than last lap. That was pretty solid.
Yeah. See if he goes into pit again. Janet closing quite quickly.
That's why he didn't put the hards on. He knew he was going to hit the wall again. But yeah, missing a whole end plate once more after he just replaced it. So I guess that's good news for Janet, bad news for Coxie. See if Janet can make his way through here. We got RC still hanging on to the back of Team Money there. Not letting him get away.
So Janet yeah, does
the inside. It's well ahead in the braking zone. Got a lot more downforce, and he gets that move to stick.
Yeah.
Coxie will not really be able to fight that back. He's just going to be looking to save as much time as he can. But unfortunate for Coxie. I guess the good news is he is still keeping ahead of his teammate Chicken by a decent margin. Well, I guess it's not his teammate tonight, but
it's T2, yeah, teammate.
T2 teammate. But he's keeping a good gap to him at the moment. But I feel like Chicken with a full front wing is going to close sooner than later.
I do think Chicken picked up some damage, though. I think.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
I saw him hit the wall too. It looks like he has both his M plates, at least from. He definitely has the right one as I'm riding on board on his wing, but yeah, he's got both M plates, but he is dramatically slowed here. Lost quite a bit of pace when he was hanging with those guys. So JFD into the pits, onto the soft tire and the new wing. So
interesting.
Medium soft, medium soft. I don't think two sets of softs will carry you to the end here. So
no.
Maybe just looking for a good middle stint here while everyone's on the medium tire.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, does get ahead of Mario. Mario will have
here comes John
right behind him. So Mario pulls out to the outside. JFD tries to defend the inside. It's going to be tight. Oh, JFD really late on the brakes. Nice defensive move.
Oh, there goes more wing. Is that the Mercedes losing front wing now? It is. Mario has lost his right end plate. So Mario now limping along. This is just a disaster for these front wings out here today.
Yeah.
The carbon fiber factory is working overtime.
Stocks are rising rapidly.
That's what I was going to say.
If you invested before the race, you're a millionaire.
Electric Chicken has been overtaken by John, so we missed that while we were watching the other action. But Chicken, yeah, as you mentioned, he looks like he is struggling a little bit. So maybe
Barton drives right into the castle.
Maybe carrying a bit of damage that we just can't see.
Barton is missing his entire wing.
Yeah.
I still say if you haven't invested yet, invest now. It's going to keep rising.
Yeah,
Virtual crowd is off.
Overtakes his teammate here today. He's now in front. So Barton in a bad spot. He's going to have to pit. Not much he can do about it. So the race is starting to spread out a little bit now. We only have a couple battles to keep an eye on. Bag of Bones hanging onto the back of Mario here. He's got that DRS and he's closing quickly, actually. Let's see if he can get it maybe done on the next DRS zone.
Yeah, that Mercedes engine, though, is high-powered.
JFD, actually, ahead of Mario here, is pressuring Axon quite heavily, so let's check in with that scrap first and see if...
Yeah, he's on those soft tires, too. A great exit. He's going to have a wicked run down on Axon here.
Looks like job done easy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that covered. Sweeps back across. Takes most of the racing line back. Coxie's out. He has crashed. He is out of the race.
E and F.
He lost it in this corner. Did he lose it in this corner again, or? I don't see his car anywhere. Maybe he did it in the pits.
Looks like, is there a Renault behind him? Terminal past him. I'd assume, yeah, it must be in the pits, because I don't see his car.
Yeah, I think he retired in the pit lane there.
He's had enough.
It's Eric is just having a dog of a day. I can't believe he's still out there, to be honest with you, but good on him. It's a lap down.
Yeah.
And, like, he can't, he has to lift in this corner. It just looks awful. Awful car. Electric Chicken. Oh, my bag of bones is... Oh, did Mario moved over, it looked like. I don't know if he's trying to defend or he's letting these guys go. And he hits the wall again. Big smack there for Mario. Oh my god, he's lost almost his entire right side of his front wing there. There's barely anything left. It's like the frame that they built it all on is the only thing left on that side. Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah, it's seen better days. With Barton closing quite quickly on Chicken, he would pit for a new wing. So, where's the pit stop count? That's what I'm curious as to right now.
3 stops for Johannes, 3 stops for Eric. I wouldn't recommend those strategies, especially given it's lap 18. We're not even close to halfway yet. Like, we're not even close to halfway. We just got 3 stops on the board already for some.
We've got T-Money on the back of Bones here in DRS.
We'll still have a safety car before the end of this race, I imagine, too. Barton down the inside. We haven't really had any big crashes, though. Like, the only DNF is Coxie in the pits, right? So,
yeah.
Once someone puts it into the wall and rips the wheel off, I think we'll have one. And that's going to happen soon, because I know a few guys have nudged it a few times, and I'm pretty sure you only get about 3 hard knocks before your wheel comes off and reduced.
So we got a couple gaps now closing. We've got John really closing on Frank, not close enough. Barton's also hanging on to the back of that. Yeah, T-Money.
It's caught Bones. Interesting to note, T-Money is the highest runner that has done 2 stops, I believe. He is, yeah.
So they've got the same engine actually in this car, so this will be a good battle. T-Money has 100% battery. I don't know if he needs that much, but he knows what he's doing. Saving it all for this, I imagine. So much Bones has. I guess they're listening. Maybe I shouldn't reveal those kinds of things.
Yeah, I try not to talk about it. I just show it. It's hard for them to look while they're racing, but they can hear easy, right?
Oh, and T-Money is just flying now.
He is. JFD with the fastest lap.
Yeah. So we still have Vitality yet to pit 18 laps onto those medium tires, so we're getting a good sense of, I think, what we can expect out of them.
Adri's really whittled that gap back down, though. It's down to 5.3, and Vitality's yet to pit. But Vitality will only be stopping once today, I feel, and Adri will have to make another pit stop as well still, so it could still pan out completely differently by the end of the race. Obviously, safety car is really going to mix things up as well if we do end up with one by the end, but I think they're just a little harder to trigger and reduce damage. We don't really have as many big crashes. I definitely think we would have had a few DNF crashes tonight so far if we had it on full.
For sure.
So Bones starting to lose touch with T-Money there a little bit. Let's get back to Frank, Barton, Chicken. John at the back of this scrap as well. And
Frank, real deep there.
Frank made an error, and Electric Chicken is right on his butt now. Here comes Chicken. terrible time to catch someone. I always find it really frustrating being this close through this part of the track because
Yeah.
it's easy to lose it, especially with lack of downforce, but also the guy in front makes a mistake and you could completely ruin your night.
Yeah, definitely. So a nice scrap here, though. Barton's kind of pulling away from them, but John, Chicken, and Frank all seem to be jockeying for position here. With John looking pretty strong in that Red Bull car, so we'll see if he can get a move done. We'll see if Chicken can also get a move done ahead. So John will get that double slipstream. Looks like he may have had to lift a bit. Looks like Frank definitely made a mistake through there. Yeah. Maybe hit the wall and Chicken has flown by him, and will also get DRS for his troubles. Or no, he didn't. So I'm not sure where the detection point is, but sort of compromise him a bit. But he does. Oh, and Frank real deep into turn 1, and John just sneaks by. Frank wrestling with the car.
Yeah, he's having a rough go with that Mercedes here. He's missing both end plates again. So he's going to have to make another stop. Sooner than later, I would presume. Barton, he's found himself a nice little gap for the time being. See how quickly he can close the gap.
We have JFD really closing on Pace Dogs now.
Obviously, oh, Pace Dogs hits the wall there.
Dogs, yeah. Maybe we should just stop switching to people. It seems almost every time there's a wing gone when
we get nervous.
Jump to someone, yeah. So JFD, I imagine, with a wicked run through here. As Pace Dogs likely has to lift. Pace Dogs obviously powered by Ferrari, so yeah, they'll have the power. But Pace Dogs, or sorry, JFD, yeah, just soft tires. DRS.
There's nothing in it. I did notice there's a Johannes fan down there at the end of turn 1, a German flag.
Ah, you'll love to see it. Yeah. I'm sure Johannes is probably wishing he had a bit better of a day so far, but you know,
yeah, it's been rough.
Got to keep it together for the fans. I'd say I guess it was hard to place him because we know he had pace, and then obviously the transition he's made is knocked him a bit, so he's still learning and getting back up to pace. But
comes John on Chicken too, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done here. He's closing fast, but not close enough.
And he's completely out of battery, I think, which is really what's hurting him here. Keeping it in overtake through a lot of these.
Easy mistake to make too, right? Like, you know, you leave your battery on when you don't really need to, and it can really hurt you when you need it. So yeah, he's struggling here. He should be able to get by Chicken with much fresher tires, but he just can't close. Oh, he has to move late down the inside here, and he gets the move done, it looks like.
Yeah,
yeah, he does. So
Chicken may have just kind of.
I think Chicken was just being really cautious and figured he had it covered off.
Yeah.
And then John just. I mean, John had to move over to avoid making contact, and then all of a sudden he just had the line and got it slowed down in time. So
yeah,
really can't blame him.
Vitality has pit onto the hards, definitely confirming a one stop.
He's changing his wing too. So it's going to cost him a bit of time. JFD get in front of him here? No, I don't
on the
think
back
so.
of Bones. And JFD did make it past Pace Dogs. Oh, we did catch that actually, so never mind. We did see that. No. Yeah, RC will have DRS. I don't think he's close enough to Bones this lap. We'll see. We'll see how much you can whittle down this gap.
Yellow flag. It looks like a Ferrari had lost it there. I'm assuming that would have been JX because he is ahead on track there, right? Or is it Terminal? Maybe he's just way behind. Yeah, I think it was Terminal. Oh no, sorry, it was JX. Terminal is there on track near Johannes. You see Johannes pressuring. Oh wait, maybe not. I don't know what the hell's going on with those gaps. They're so far apart from each other. It was Terminal that lost the car, so I've confirmed it. I went and checked. There's just the gaps are so confusing because position-wise, Terminal and Johannes look close on track, but he's actually close to JX.
So we have T-Money now is actually caught up to the back of Axton, former teammates in T2 until T-Money made the switch. So maybe sparks will fly here. I doubt it. They're both respectful guys, but I'm
Chicken's made
sure
it back in
Axton won't
front
make
of
it
John.
easy.
And he covered it off this time into the second DRS zone to make it stick. So Chicken's still holding 12th at the moment. John and him dueling it out there. And yeah, as you mentioned, T-Money now right on the back of Axton as we approach the long DRS straight. And will T-Money's Renault have the juice it needs to get by Axton ahead?
Looks like he got a really good exit, so...
He did. And Axton might have to lift a little bit. I think at Alpha you have to lift through there a little bit, and look how much time he's lost already.
Yeah, T-Money is flying. Looks like he will get this done. Axton obviously on much older tires, also probably why he may have had to lift there, so... Yeah, T-Money, he's got a good recovery drive going currently.
Yeah.
He had a couple mix-ups early on, I think most guys did, but yeah, T-Money looking really solid in that Renault.
Pace Dog's pit, it looks like. Did he get a wing there?
Back into 9th on the mediums.
Here comes Barton. This is going to be close between Barton and Pace Dogs here, actually.
Jinnit has retired. Did he bin it?
I think he did.
There's a wheel on track. Somehow came... There was. I'm not sure what the hell happened there.
Where is Jinnit's car?
VSC.
VSC. So that helps Mario. He dives into the pits. Obviously carrying that wing damage. Frank pits too, so they're going to be double stacked at Mercedes. That's going to hurt Frank big time here. Frank needed that pit stop too.
And he's stuck, waiting for Mario.
Man.
Watching the team go.
The VSC is still active though, so I don't think he is going to lose a spot to anybody.
So we'll keep an eye and see if anyone picks up any penalties. VSC has ended, so...
Jinnit lose his car here on the exit. I think he did. Like, through the S there? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't see his car.
No, I think it was through there.
Yeah.
So I saw a wheel just mysteriously on the track near the pit straight, so I'd assume that's about where it was.
So Frank, I think he got away with that, kind of. Obviously lost a shill of a time to Mario, but...
Back on to hard tires, he was already on.
Yeah, as he's on the hard tires with 2 laps already. We know he just left the pit, so I guess position-wise, he didn't really lose much behind, but lost an assload of time ahead. So if we end up with a full safety car before this race is over, we can see all these gaps eradicated, and then a completely mixed bag of strategies out on track today. So really anything could happen still. We haven't even hit the halfway point yet. We still have another entire half of the 100% Baku Grand Prix here in Zenith Online Racing. If you are just joining us, this is our 4th week running this. It's getting pretty popular. We've had a lot of drivers interested every week, and we put the fast guys in the slow cars, and the slow guys in the fast cars, and then we leave the performance unrealistic for this, and then we try to seed the grid to make it a little more balanced. So, a guy like Adri just out driving his Toro Rosso, and no one is even close. He's in a class of his own today in that car. 19 seconds ahead of Vitality behind, who has made his final pit stop. So,
yeah, that'll spice things up towards the end. Like Vitality, as it stands now, is in that pit window. You know what I mean? So he'll get track position, assuming Adri doesn't continue to build that gap. But
Bag of Bones close to RC here now as they move through the castle section here. So let's check in with this scrap, and then we also got Axton and Barton quite close to the back of Pace Dogs.
And T-Money on JXW, who has just pit onto the hard tire. So JXW, likely, assuming no more damage, has made his final pit stop.
It's T-Money flying again. He looks like he's going to have a massive damage down the straight here.
Well in control. Really in tune with that Renault, it seems, at the moment.
And as soon as he breaks that slipstream, he's struggling with the top end speed.
Yeah, even with DRS in overtake.
He's going to just edge out the Ferrari here. Can he get it done under braking? The Ferrari looking to defend down the inside. Oh, they make contact. T-Money bumped a bit wide. And JXW yields that place smartly. I think that was a good call on him. It wasn't really bad contact. It was pretty incidental. But
just a little touch. Kind of unsettled the car, JXW, going over that turn 1 curb. So, seems that's what it was.
Looking to fight it back, but nowhere near into the corner. RC has broken that DRS to Bag of Bones behind. So Bag of Bones now Picking up just a bit of slipstream, not with DRS though. Axton does have DRS. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah.
Dady as well is closing on Frank. Not close enough. Is Dady going to get by Frank here as they approach the long DRS straight? Let's watch this battle for 14th. Dady gets an excellent exit there. Frank nearly crashes, so Dady's going to get by, and he's probably going to get that DRS advantage still, or was he ahead through the detection point? I think he was. So Frank actually picks up DRS.
Yeah, Frank does get DRS. Break slipstream a little early.
Yeah. He's just trying to be cautious, I think, there.
Yeah. And then we have Barton, Action, and Pace Dogs now, all jockeying for position. Barton on those old soft tires.
Pace Dogs made a mistake there, so that's brought Barton even closer now.
Yeah. See what Axton can do here too. He's got a wicked exit.
He does. Axton got the best exit of the three.
Close. Yeah, to Barton at this point. He seems to have compromised his run.
Perfect.
And yeah, Axton is.
Barton looking to close the door there. There was really nowhere for Barton to
go.
Pace
Dogs. There's nowhere for him to go.
Oh, they touch. Ooh. Huge contact there. That almost sent Pace Dogs into the barrier. Yeah, that little nudge was nearly enough for a disaster. That would have been all three cars out, I think, if they tangled each other there. That was close.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barton just had nowhere to go. He was just boxed in.
Stuck, yeah. So yeah, now he finds himself at the back of this train here. We'll see if he can kind of make up some time through the more technical section.
Oh, he hits the barrier!
He hits the wall.
Oh, he hit the inside barrier and then straight lined it right into the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Barton gonna have to pit once more. So, yeah, a few guys just begging for a safety car now, I think, at this point. Just nowhere right now because of their incidents, but we do still have some pretty good battles out on track, as you mentioned. Pace Dog's still battling with Axton, and then JXW is right up the back of Team Money here. He's got those hards working now, and he's starting to fight back. So let's see if JX can get by Team Money here. He looks like he's going to have a really good run down the straight. Gets a perfect exit. Team Money's lifting.
Maybe Team Money's going into the pits, I'd assume. Why he hasn't tried to fight that? Yeah, he's going into the pits. So, JXW looking pretty strong in the Ferrari. I mean, podium's definitely not out of the question, and probably actually very much his to lose at the moment. As JFD will definitely hit again at this point. So,
Team Money getting another wing as well.
Yeah.
He's gone on to a set of mediums he was already on.
So we'll see if he can. Team Money has been, he's always pretty good on his tires. I wonder if he can bring these to the end. I don't know. Is he
going to stay ahead here? I think he will. Stay ahead of Axton, and he does. Is Axton under pressure from Pace Dogs?
Pace Dogs and Team Money. This is a classic T2 rivalry throwback battle.
And they're all on like dead even tires here. This is our new scrap for the next few laps.
This is good. I'm actually quite excited for this. They know each other well. They've raced, gotta be going on like 30 some odd races, if not more, with one another in ZOR.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they know each other well, and we'll see how well we've set the cars. I assume he probably just
crashed. Yeah, just frustrated.
Rough afternoon. A lot of incidents, so. They're all quite close, staying within that range.
See if one of these drivers can separate themselves from the other, but really, like, they're all on pretty even terms here. Possibly looking at going to the end of the race. Quite a ways to go still. I don't know if that's all doable, but I might try.
I was wondering as well.
I mean, we've got 19 lap Bones, 19 lap old mediums. I think Vitality took them about 20, so you could probably take them about 22, 23. They might be able to pull it off, but
Yeah, it'll be dicey.
it's gonna be
Obviously,
tough.
as we get less fuel in the car, it'll become a bit easier.
Starting to separate themselves a little bit here. Nobody particularly close to any other driver at the moment. Battery varying between all three.
So, Axton, I guess, at the moment, really just kind of needs to make sure he can hang with T-Money for this technical section, which will probably be T-Money's biggest advantage in comparison to these two behind him. That Renault, this is where it will excel, excuse me, in comparison to the Alpha and the Haas, so see what he can do. Definitely unsettles the car a bit over that curb.
Yeah, I think he just made a bit of a mistake there, so that's going to give Axton the advantage he needs to hang on. As they approach the castle section, Axton's closing even more.
Yeah, he's right back in the mix there. Pace Dogs is starting to fall off slightly. You know Team Money's got that battery turned all the way down. We'll see. Axton is looking quite strong, so he's managed to actually close the gap through the technical portion of the track, and now we'll obviously depend greatly if we can get a good exit here.
It's okay. It's good enough, I think.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got himself close enough. T-Money, though, is,
he's turned it up.
Yeah. You can see him kind of extending a bit. I think Axton, again, will be too far back.
Yeah, he's not really pushing yet either. He looks like he's biding his time.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to force T-Money into a mistake just by applying the pressure constantly.
Yeah.
Easy to do here.
Well, especially in these endurance races, you know, the 100%, it's, I think, when you're racing 50%, they're quite long, so you know you have some time. But yeah, when you get into the 100% race, you know you've got a lot of time to just
be smart. You know,
yeah.
Like, there's no real need to push for anything.
Exactly. The race it ebbs and it flows, and it comes to you, and
we do have a lot of substantial gaps, though, in the field right now. It'd be nice to get a safety car, actually.
Yeah, kind of close some of this up. We'll wait for Adri to pit, so hopefully... It's not hopefully, I don't hope he pits, but... if that happens in the next few laps, that should spice things up a bit. Same with JFD, so... Vitality has actually managed to take a little bit of time out of Adri, so that's what he needs, I guess, at this stage. On the hard tire, he's got to manage those tires for the rest of the race, but he's keeping pace and taking little bits out of them. So.
You think JFD is going to a set of mediums here, to the end? I think he's pretty much going to pit now, then.
Definitely.
He should be heading in shortly.
Yep. Actually,
maybe even
a really good job, again, sticking with T-Money. We'll see if he can get a good run here.
Yeah, and you see, he's actually harvesting more battery through the lap as well.
Yeah.
So he's doing a good job to set himself up for an overtake here over the next lap or two.
Yeah, he planned it quite well, and he's really closing now on T-Money. We'll see what
is he going to get it done here? He's down the outside. Oh, T-Money's got that covered. Good defense there from T-Money. But Axton with a chance now.
Going into turn 2 here. Wow, good move.
But that's going to give T-Money DRS.
No, Axton kept it.
Oh,
no,
did he keep it still?
Neither car has it.
Were they like literally identical when they crossed the line, maybe? That must have been what happened. They did look literally wheel to wheel, so...
One of them got robbed. I'm sure Axton doesn't mind. He got the position. We'll see now how well T-Money can kind of hang.
Yeah, it's a good little scrap between these two, though. I'm glad we got something going on here, because the rest of the field is really, really spread out now. There's not much else to watch. Actually, Bag of Bones has got that gap back down to RC now. Both of them need to pit in the next few laps as well, so...
Yeah, this has been an evenly matched battle between these two as well, so... Bones,
good to see, though. I mean, we got a Toro Rosso in the lead, a Force, or... I did it. God damn that car. The Racing Point in second, and then the McLaren in third. Mario's out. Is this what we need for the safety car? Mario has
He's
binned
in the
it.
pits.
Okay. Mario is out. Retired in the pits. Who is that? Mercedes going slow. I guess the yellow flag in sector 1 is for Mario.
Yeah.
JX is ahead of JFD. JFD has pit onto the medium tire, so JFD comes back out. And he's got a really nice gap and a fresh set of boots for 20 laps. He's looking good here. Definitely on for a podium, I think.
T-Money
remains to be seen where he finishes, though.
Right close to Axton. Couldn't get it done. We will have DRS again, though. Axton goes pretty deep. Really poor exit there. I think he saved himself from the wall, but T-Money's going to look to have this move complete here. Yeah, before they even reach. Here's Mario's car. Decided to leave the pits and park there. Maybe it's closer to the washroom or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Or the ice cream stand or something.
Yeah. And Bones now.
Yeah, right on the back.
Really pressuring. Yeah. RC. So we wait now. We'll see where Adri pits, where he comes out.
T-Money runs wide there. Will cost him a bit of time as Axton gets a good exit here. So Axton now going to be able to fight this back once more against T-Money. Can he get the move done down the DRS street and make it stick? T-Money looking like he is just not finding
So we've
traction.
actually got T-Money and Axton catching up to Bones and RC in front. So
right.
Bones again will have DRS on RC. He's quite a bit closer this time. We'll see what he's able to do. Sort of in a similar situation to T-Money here. Car that's good through the technical bits and probably lacks top-end speed, but yeah, he does get the move done.
Covers
and
off
while
that
that's
racing
happening,
line.
Axton gets a move done on T-Money, so
yeah.
We're going to get these two battles converging here. I assume Bones and RC are like to pit in the next couple laps, but
maybe just looking to extend to a soft stint for the end, perhaps. Softs can go about 15, so if they can go another 3 or 4 laps. RC, I think, could pull it off. Bones is probably asking quite a bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, Bones already on 24 laps.
Yeah, pretty much just to go in.
They do kind of reach that cliff at a certain point, where it's one lap too many, and all of a sudden you're in big trouble. So. Oh, big mistake from T-Money in the castle. And he lost his right end plate.
He's had a few wings today already.
Yeah, so maybe he can keep up with this RC Bones battle when they both hit, but he's lost any chance he has of getting Axton, I feel, who is now right on the back of his teammate for today. Yeah, slightly compromised exit. Let's see if he waits.
Great shot there. You see the cars passing each other on the parallel streets. Comes RC with that DRS. He is down around the outside on Bones here into turn 1, and he's got the place. I think he's covered that off nicely, and Bones has to yield. Axton looking for a piece of this action as well. Wants to get through here before these two cost him too much time. T-Money's retired. He's going to the pits.
Yeah, has retired in the pits. Another one falls.
Yeah, he's just frustrated, I think, hitting his wing.
Yeah, it's 4 now.
So it's Eric actually still running. At this rate, could end up with a point here in that dog of a car.
We've got Frank stuck somewhere in the castle, trying to move himself around.
These three are approaching
made me realize JFD is right on the back of JXW now.
Yeah, the scrap
So,
between these three has been pretty distracting, actually.
yeah, they're quite evenly matched. I mean, RC and Axon obviously teammates, with the assumption that they're similarly paced. So, and Bones as well, right in the mix there. So I don't think there's much between these guys given equal performing cars. Oh, Bones on those old tires has a bit of a moment, and Axon able to sneak through.
Comes JFD. He's got the DRS on JXW. He's tucked back in behind the rear wing of that Ferrari with a massive slipstream here. As soon as he breaks that slipstream, though, he's going to lose a little bit of pace because of the power
Yeah, we'll see
disadvantage.
if JXW.
And it looks like
Yeah.
JXW has covered it off. He kept that inside line and defended it. So JFD is going to have to take another crack at this down into the turn 3 corner. Is he going to be close enough here? He's closing fast. I think he's going to have it done this time.
Yeah, extremely quick there.
JX trying to defend around the outside. He has to yield. A McLaren of JFD able to combine the names there. JFD able to keep the place there. Axton and Bag of Bones both hanging on to RC. Bag of Bones going to be losing out here because RC, him and RC both needing to pit still towards the end of the race here. Chicken on 28 lap old hards. Oh, he is heading into the pits. I was just going to say, is he going to keep going? But he's done with those tires. He pits. And
So, the way it's looking for Adri at the moment.
Frank disqualified for parked in a dangerous location.
Another one gone.
And Frank out completely. He's done. So we're down to 13 cars now. So it's Eric.
Yeah, getting closer to the points.
If he keeps at it, he could get a point. Yeah, really unfortunate to see so many drivers dropping out here towards the end, but yeah, you never know. I mean, we still could end up with a safety car at some point. We're not seeing too many big crashes today. We've seen a lot of wings getting broken and guys getting spun and stuff like that, but no massive crashes that have been something that would warrant a safety car. RC has a bit of a moment there through the S's, and Axton has him dead to rights here.
Yeah. I'm thinking too at this point. Oh, and Adri has pit and actually come out ahead of Vitality, so I assume that is
race done.
All but over for any chance of Vitality sneaking that win there. I
wonder how he pulled that off.
I saw he was extending a bit towards the end of his stint, maybe just cranked up the battery and put in a couple hot laps and pulled off a great strategy. Hammer time for Adri there.
Yeah, and he's out in front with a massive tire advantage, so I think Vitality is pretty much done for now in regards to a potential victory here. It looks like he's not going to be able to... I mean, he might have a lap here where he could close just with the tires warming up still, but I doubt it's going to last.
Yeah.
So, back to RC.
Yeah, so we're starting to get some field spread. We'll see kind of what happens. We have Johannes still fighting away too, which you like to see. He's quite a bit down, but maybe he can sneak into the points if he can just finish. So
it's Eric. The interval between Johannes and it's Eric is 5 minutes and 48 seconds.
He still hasn't passed T Money, who retired
I know.
a few laps ago.
That's wild.
He did also just pit, so I mean, 20 seconds of that is explained there.
Right. The rest, though.
Yeah. No,
the rest is the Williams, I think, to be honest. But
yeah. We're rooting for you, Eric.
I mean, he could still get a point before it's said and done. Two drivers put themselves into the wall here, and he's right there.
And Vitality is pit onto the medium, so he just abandoned the hards. JXW promoted back to a podium position, and JFD up in the second. So, very with his bold prediction at the start, not looking too far off base.
RC pits, Bag of Bones pits, they're both onto the softs as we suspected.
Yep.
Looks like Bones got RC here in the pits. He got out just in front. They ghosted into one another. So this is going to be a really tight scrap as they exit the pit here. Yeah, no one's really close to them either. So just going to be these two.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do now.
Comes RC with that DRS,
RC.
massive advantage here. That engine power just flies past the McLaren, takes that inside line, close to the wall, but does well to maintain it, and he's parked his car on the racing line perfectly. So RC, for the time being, has that place. We expect these two to be dueling it out probably right to the end of the race here, though. Just checking on the gaps up front here. Vitality closing on JXW quickly, as we suspected. JXW not really getting any time back on JFD. JFD is taking a bit of time out of Adri, but obviously I don't think Adri's really pushing it that far ahead.
Yeah,
he's just coasting.
Probably driven by a graveyard of carbon fiber.
Yeah, so
but I'm just gonna take it easy.
Bag of Bones still really close to RC here. This is RC's moment. He does have a chance here to turn the wick up and try to close that gap off to break the DRS train, but Bag of Bones with a much better advantage battery-wise, so it's going to be tough for RC to do it here. Bag of Bones definitely going to have what he needs to fight with RC here. So McLaren is not really closing RC as quick as he needs to. I don't know if he's going to be able to hang on here. Comes that DRS advantage though. That's going to give him a big boost.
And RC's
has dwindled his supplies.
The battery, you can see him harvesting there in the red light at the back. Bones aggressively riding that curb on the exit there. Probably knows he's got RC in a bit of a vulnerable position here. Yellow flag there. Who is that? Is that Pace Dogs? No.
It looks like a Haas.
Chicken. Looks like Electric Chicken had binned it down the
on his fresh mediums too.
On the downhill. I'd assume that was Chicken. Maybe he sent it straight into the runoff hooks. It doesn't look like he has any damage. But yeah, not too positive. And we have John coming out of the pits now onto fresh softs.
Oh, Vitality very close to JXW here. He's right on the tail. JXW's parked it and trying to keep him closed off, but he's not going to be able to fight this. Vitality going to have much more pace here.
Yeah.
All right, well, with that slipstream, JXW has a chance to crack back here. Could see it. Fastest lap for Vitality of 42.8. That's a pretty quick time. I think JXW is going to have to just... Probably is going to end up losing the DRS here by the end of the straight here. Vitality just launching out of the corner. So much more traction.
We'll have to see how quickly he can catch JFD now. He's definitely got enough laps. It will really just depend on outright pace. I mean, a 4-second gap is nice, but defending that over 13 laps will be very difficult unless JFD has the pace. So we've got another flag. It looks like Ferrari. Maybe it was. Oh, I think it was Axton there who's lost his right end plate. If you think it was an Alpha, so really rough break for Axton, who was on for quite a good result. I mean, he's got 9 seconds to pace stock, so I don't know if he wants to pit or if he wants to keep going. Because I do think he would be able to hold on to 6th, even if he pit with the gap behind to RC, but...
So Bones has actually lost his gap to RC now, so...
Yeah.
RC looks like he's got that battle in his back pocket for the time being. We'll keep an eye on that gap and see if it changes at all. But Vitality, he is slowly whittling the gap to JFD down. And he's got JXW behind him trying to close still. He is slowly losing time though, so I feel like probably going to leave it with Vitality here, and let's watch him for the next lap or two and see if he can start to close that gap.
Yeah, JXW has gone into the pits, getting a new wing and some soft tires, so we'll see where this puts him. Axton really kicking himself even more so now, seeing as he could have been on for for fourth, but Axton also into the pits. So, um, we'll see where he comes out. He might be right in the mix of that RC and Bag of Bones scrap. This JXW comes into fourth. 20, didn't even lose a place there, so I guess worked out for him. And Pace Dogs has also gone into the pits, so let's see where Axton comes out. He's going to be quite a ways behind Bones and RC, 5 seconds roughly. I don't know if he has the outright pace advantage over either of these two to make up that difference, but it'll at least give us something to watch for. And then Vitality now, only 2.5 seconds behind JFD, so definitely a battle to keep an eye on.
Yeah, so Bones is closed back up to RC here a bit.
Yeah, maybe just took a couple laps to kind of sit back and harvest and
see what he can do here. But yeah, as you mentioned, Vitality has got that gap under 3 seconds now. So JFD going to be under threat here towards the end of the Grand Prix. RC just broken that DRS again, I think. See what the interval is here. I think he's got it broken, so Bones not going to get the DRS here. If you just look at the telemetry there, you can see the difference between what RC has and what Bag of Bones has. So it could be an interesting little scrap over the next lap or two here.
So I mean, also, again, Adri is quite a ways away, but JFD I think has taken like 4 seconds out of him.
Yeah, so he's pushing.
Sure, I'm sure Adri, yeah, is obviously.
Bones got DRS
here.
Not close enough yet, but he's got that DRS. So if he can use this to close and stick with RC through the windy sector 2, can maybe get another run on him. See, Vitality has whittled that gap down to 2 seconds now.
Yeah. So this will be it'll be a really great scrap to kind of keep an eye on. Hopefully we do get Vitality getting a bit closer, putting a bit more pressure onto JFD. Bones though is on the hunt, really looking strong at the moment.
Yeah, I think him and RC are gonna have a few more laps of battling before this is all said and done. Looks like he's lost a bit of time here as they approach the detection zone for the final DRS straight, but I think he's kept it close enough. RC looking for a bit of extra time here to try and split himself away, but ends up costing himself a couple tenths now, and Bones actually might even have a run on RC on this lap now suddenly.
Yeah. And Axton has taken about a second out of this scrap, so I'm sure he's hoping that they kind of swap positions a little bit.
Yeah, so Bones now,
he's right
closing
there,
fast, but he just, he can't make the move there. He knows it's not worth it. And at this point, he's in control of this battle a little bit, I'd say at this point, so he should be able to overtake RC here, and then we'll see what happens as the end of the race approaches.
Bones does shoot it down the inside. Looks like a little bit of wheel to wheel, but yeah, he gets by RC. Axton now only 2.9 seconds behind, so I think that's 2.5.
John JHN here has made it ahead of Terminal Deity on the fresh softs, just passes him down the main straight here, and RC is now looking to hang on to Bones, see if he can fight back. And Vitality got that gap down to just over a second now. It's 1.5 at the moment. It's been floating between 1.5 and 1.2. JFD still taking time out of Adri here, not much though. So Adri just kind of sitting at the front, controlling that gap.
So we'll
RC
see
needs
now.
a good exit here.
Yeah. How well RC can attack. The one thing about Baku, with the straight being so long, when you're in DRS, you can kind of use that as an opportunity to conserve, whereas the lead car is forced to use their battery to defend. So, RC does appear to be in full attack mode at the moment and is rapidly closing. He moves to the inside. And they swap positions yet again, but he unsettles the car. Yeah.
Nearly
And
hit the inside wall trying to get a line there. And now he's touched the wall.
Yeah,
what's gone on? Bones into the
squeezed,
escape road here.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
It looked like RC
in an awful position here.
Got squeezed.
He still hasn't got himself out of that.
Other side, I'm sure they're probably yelling at one another. They're in a party.
Bones hasn't even moved yet.
Yeah, he seems...
Yeah, he's turning around now. He could have just reversed out, I think. He's damaged his wing now, getting turned around. Yeah, he's hurt his wing, I think, turning around here, and he probably could have just reversed out and carried on. He's got nothing left on that front wing, so Bones and RC having the scrap of the century here, and it's ended in tears for Bones. He is absolutely nowhere anymore. RC is nearly half a lap ahead of him all of a sudden. And then Axton, his teammate, is right on his ass now.
And Vitality, yeah. When did that happen in all that mayhem?
He's closed in on that main DRS street, but now he's going to have to try to get the overtake done on the second run here.
JFD aggressively defends.
Covered that inside line off, but I don't know if he's going to be able to...
not enough.
No, Vitality overtakes JFD here for second place. And he's got, well, 9 laps to go chase Adri now on similar tires. Could see the gap change a bit, but I don't know how drastically.
Yeah, he'll have to start taking like 2 seconds a lap out of him. And I just don't think Adri is
comes
going to be too worried
on RC now as well. Does RC have damage from that contact with Bones?
I'd assume, yeah. He
doesn't look like it.
Sort of wing damage, but
I don't see anything on the front end plate, so maybe just a bit of... It could be a very minor damage that we just can't see with the naked eye here.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to tell with the black front wing. That looks like a done deal there. Axton got the pace advantage, and he's just really pulling away from his teammate RC there. So now really the only thing to watch is if JFD can hang on to Vitality, or if Vitality is able to close the gap to Adri ahead. Adri actually, to note here, if we jump on board with him and take a look at his telemetry, he is pushing at the moment.
And Bones has retired. Eric will move into 12th. In probably a couple laps time.
Bones retires in the pits. Yeah, he's probably so frustrated, eh?
Yeah.
JFD.
So, Eric, trucking along, will bring himself ever closer to the points in that Williams. This is a heroic effort on his part.
It really is. Like, I was like, well, if he wants to drive to Williams, he can join late, like, whatever. And here he is, still putting along at lap 44.
2 laps down on
Johannes. Yeah.
So, it looks like Vitality actually may have hit the wall a bit. I don't know if he would have picked up any damage, or it might have just been the wheel there, but might be the opportunity JFD needs. Axton sets the fastest lap yet again, so at the moment most of these gaps are pretty out of control. I guess we wait and see if someone bins it or messes himself up. I'm going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. I'll be back in a minute.
Yep. So JFD really the best driver to watch at the moment, as he's looking to keep the gap to Vitality at a minimum, and Vitality actually taking a few seconds out of Adri over the last 2 laps, so he's doing enough to make Adri sweat a little bit, but I don't know if he's ever going to get close enough to pressure him before the end of the Grand Prix here. We've got about 7 laps to go. And yeah, not really any gaps to speak of at this point. Everything kind of just settling in towards the end of the Grand Prix here, but it's Eric. Once he passes, I think he has to pass this pit straight one more time, and then he'll overtake Bones for 12th. Yeah, so he's still one lap down on Bones, who has DNF'd. So Eric needs to get another lap on the board before he takes 12th. Unfortunately, this is partially one of the most exciting things left going on track at the moment. We've only got about 6 laps to go now, and a lot of gaps in the field, so it's Eric just so cautious with that Williams. It is just looks slow. Like, it doesn't even look like a race car. It's so bad. So bad. I guess Adri kind of just managing that 10-second interval now. It hasn't really changed much over this lap. I think he's kind of got that in the bag at the moment. Vitality took a couple seconds out of him, but 10 seconds, a comfortable margin to sit on top of. And JFD losing touch with Vitality slowly as well. So looks like that's about it for our battling, our wheel-to-wheel battling. But obviously penalties are going to play a huge part. It's a very long Grand Prix, and penalties are picked up for the entirety of the race by many drivers. So you could see a lot of jumbling around towards the end, but most of the gaps are quite substantial.
Yeah. I can't really see any of them closing at the moment. No. I don't know who you're riding with. I guess
just watching JFD here, because he's kind of got he's got a car behind him, a lapped car, and then you can kind of see Vitality off in the distance ahead. Besides that, I mean, that's really the closest action on track. There's really not much to speak of here. It's going to be a little dull ending to the Grand Prix here, but I would like to point out that we made it almost the entire length of the race without a safety car. We still have a few laps to go, but might get through Baku at 100% race distance without a full safety car being deployed, which I think is pretty massive.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've dropped it to reduce, but even still, I don't think we've had any actual DNFs due to terminal damage. It's just been retiring in the pits, a lot of frustration over lost wings, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. There's Dady picking up 3 seconds. I don't think that will give Johannes the position unless he picks up about 13 more of those.
I think a safety car would have probably revived the later stages of the Grand Prix and made it a bit more interesting. We did have a bit of action, but really, I mean, there's been nothing much to speak of for the last few laps, and it doesn't look like it's going to change either.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I think definitely in the 100% races, 1 or 2 isn't entirely
yeah, I mean, if you have 6 seconds of penalties by the end of a 100% Grand Prix, I think you're doing okay still compared to most of the guys in the field. But most of them struggle, for sure.
You really do see a lot of rubber laid down in heavy braking zones, which is, like, I personally find a neat aspect of 100% races over the curbs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do see it really start to form. There's that the skid marks on the line, and then the curbing almost completely blackened by the end of the Grand Prix.
Yeah. So bits like that are interesting. Right on Andrew's wing, and he just looks in control, I guess, of the Toro Rosso. He's losing time, but he's driving steady. He's not pushing all that hard, and yeah, he's done everything he's needed to do here in the race. Obviously, the start was a bit messy. We had quite a few incidents there.
Yeah, that big spin there kind of caught a few people out.
Yeah, I think we could have been a bit more competitive up front, had a few guys not taken damage or had to pit early on. Barton, obviously, we know had pace. Jinnit as well. Money too, and even Bones. So Coxie as well, right in the mix there. never count out either Mercedes car being the Mercedes car, so yeah.
Adri's got this in the bag now, pretty much. It's only just over 3 laps to go and 8 seconds of a cushion here. So, as far as I can remember, I don't think Adri has any penalties either.
I don't think I've seen him pick up any either.
No real need to when you're driving alone for most of the race.
Yeah, exactly. But great debut from some of our new guys here. John in 8th in that Red Bull. Has obviously driven well. It's very much an endurance race here, so finishing in itself is a feat. So good on him. And Vitality up in 2nd. He has been whittling away that gap, but yeah. I think for the most part the cars were pretty appropriately placed. I can't think of any glaring mistakes here.
No, I mean, we think the Toro Rosso is the worst car, and Adri was put in it and still kicked everyone's ass, so there's not much we can do about that.
Yeah, and I mean, especially at a track like Baku, I don't know what car could be worse.
Yeah, the Williams, I guess, but...
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to say... it can't be the Renault, can it?
I don't know, neither Renault driver really did that well today.
Pardon had pace, though, and so did T-Money. I mean, they were...
Maybe the Alpha slightly worse than the Toro Rosso, possibly, but I really don't know.
I was thinking that engine speed that would give it a massive boost, so I think... I mean, maybe the argument could be made, but...
There's a piece of front wing sitting there in the entry to turn 2. Not sure who did that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. We have our gaps formed, and like not much going to be changing by the end of the race here.
Yeah, I don't see too much happening. I mean, the gap is 6 seconds now, but again, it's just way too much.
So RC makes up 12 places in this Grand Prix. He's in 6th currently. Axel made up 7. JFD made up 7 as well. John is spun in the castle here. I just went to go check on him, give him a little airtime for he's doing the Austin Powers turnaround here. He's ghosted as Chicken makes his way through. Oh, and another ghosted car comes through. Really trying to get himself turned around. He finally gets it done. Awful place to spin. Pretty much impossible to get yourself out of that one. But he had made up 6 places, and lost one of them. So he's made up 5. Chicken's made up 5. It's Eric's made up 7. Obviously still trudging along in that Williams. I'd say he's probably going to be exhausted after this. Fighting that car around this track for about an hour and a half here. JHN John has lost a place to Terminal 80 as well now. So Terminal 80 into the points, his teammate JXW having a pretty good afternoon here, up in 4th in that Ferrari. He's got a massive gap ahead and a fairly comfortable one behind as well. Nothing really to worry about for him. Vitality has taken that gap to Adri down to about 5 seconds here. So close enough that if there were penalties at play, then Vitality might have a crack at this victory. But in general, I think Adri probably quite safe here. I don't think he would have let that gap shrink so much if he had time penalties to worry about. John into the pits here. Is he just calling it? Maybe doesn't want to bother with the last lap or two. I guess he probably needed a wing, though. Maybe that's why he's in. Maybe going for fastest lap here? Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. So he's coming back out, but he'll have 1 lap to do it. He'll have this lap to get his tires warmed up, and then 1 crack at it at the end. Vitality, looking to close that gap. Trying to give himself a crack at this victory on penalties, but I don't think there's anything there for him. And, yeah, JFD, get that gap down to 6.7. Not close enough really either. So, here comes Adri now, wrapping up the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. He will be starting his final lap now. Once he crosses the start-finish line, dominant performance here from Adri today. He was excellent in qualifying and took the lead of the Grand Prix right in turn 1 there, held on to it, and has completely just scampered away with the race since then. So,
yeah, that first stint was mighty. Really won him the race.
Yeah, Vitality did well to close the gap down here over the last few laps towards the end of the Grand Prix here. He's got the gap down to 4.8 now, so valiant effort from him to try and get within the time frame he needed to battle with Adri, but obviously going to be a few seconds short of it as it's all said and done here. So Adri now moving through Sector 2. He's approaching the castle section. All he has to do is make his way through here nicely, safely and securely, and bring it on home. He's very close to the wall on the turn in there, but good on the exit. And nice and smooth here, so Adri just making sure he brings it home. Just can't afford to make a mistake
helicopter
here.
shot. I don't know if you've got the same, but
no, I'm getting a low angle camera here.
Just goes down the downhill left, looks good.
This is the final important exit. He's only got 2 more turns. He just can't touch the wall or hit the barrier, and he is in the bag here. He does well. It's just one small kink left, and he's on the home stretch here. Adri weaving early here.
Weaving around, yeah. Looking good. Drive by the pit lane, show the boys some love there.
Yeah, and Adri wins the 100% Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Vitality brings it home in second. Good debut for Vitality here in Zenith Online Racing. JFD does excellent here to pick up a 3rd place in that McLaren. So on the podium for JFD, a good result for him. JXW now, he is about 30 seconds behind, and he's going to bring it home in 4th place with a large cushion behind him as well.
Chicken a lap down, so these guys crossing the line hit 5 seconds of penalties, and it actually costs him the place to Terminal, or no, he gets ahead of Terminal.
This Terminal maybe had even more.
Yeah.
Comes JXW, giving a little bit of a wobble here as he crosses the line. A 4th place finish for the Ferrari boys. Good result for him today. Nice drive from JXW. Axton now heading towards the finish line. Brings it home in 5th place. His teammate RC just behind in 6th. Good result for Alpha. They did well today to be in 5th and 6th. I'd say a valiant drive from both of them, even despite some issues with contact and incidents. And then, yeah, RC bringing it home in 6th. And then we got Pace Dogs behind them in the Haas car. Just making his way down the straight.
Haas too.
Yeah, Pace Dogs and Chicken.
Finish for the team. Yeah.
7th and 8th. Pace Dogs crossing the line, and that is it. He is the final car on the lead lap to cross. So, an interesting Grand Prix here. Got a little slow towards the end. Not much we can do about stuff like that, but pretty interesting race up until about lap 44, I would say, and then it kind of got slow. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, we're here once again. Adri has taken the victory. Good result for Adri there, showing his dominance in that Toro Rosso car. And you do see Vitality and JFD on the podium. They're just struggling to pick out the cars without their normal racing suits on and stuff. But yeah, JFD picks up 3rd place, rounding out that podium there. And that's it.
Yeah. Thank you all for being here and joining us on this Saturday afternoon.
Almost exactly an hour and a half.
Yeah.
50-52. It's the race time for the winner, Andrew there. But yeah, you see a lot of big gains there for the guys that finished the race there. Axton RC, Chicken moved up a lot of places, JFD as well. But yeah, overall, exciting Grand Prix, another 100% race in the bag. And it's going to become a weekly routine here, so we'll likely be back next week with, I guess it would be Spain next on the calendar?
Is it Spain or is it Monaco? Is Spain before Monaco?
Then Monaco, isn't it?
I can't recall.
I think it goes Spain, Monaco, Canada. If I'm not
All
mistaken.
right. Well, either way, we'll be here with some track.
Yeah. Not sure who will be in the commentary booth next week, but obviously we will make sure it's covered by somebody at least. I wasn't even expecting to be here today, but things changed, so now I am. And yeah, we'll make sure somebody has the broadcast for you next week. If I'm around, I'll probably do it again. Maybe you'll be racing next week, who knows. But,
yeah.
We should see.
Either way, yeah. Thanks everyone for being here, and it's a fun event, and it's nice to kind of get everyone together and try out different lineups, get people in different cars, kind of see what happens. We'll perfect the formula one day, and that'll be when every car in Q3 says the exact same time. So
yeah,
keep tuning in. Looking forward to it, and yeah, it should be good.
One day we'll get it.
Yeah.
But so next week we'll have the Spanish Grand Prix. I always mess that up. Spanish Grand Prix. The Spanish Grand Prix. We'll have the Spanish Grand Prix, and we will. I think that'll be a pretty exciting one actually, because it's so hard to overtake there. I don't think there's going to be any like Baku. It was easy. Like you were within a few tenths.
Yeah.
Pulling an overtake off, but in terms of Spain, where it's just pretty much no guarantee overtakes there at all. So that's going to be a really interesting race. A lot of people are going to get fucked over because they're going to get stuck behind people, and it's going to be really important to get your moves done if you have an opportunity to make an overtake.
Yeah. All right, though. I do got to get going.
Alrighty.
Well past dinner time at this point. So.
Yeah, I got to get some food cooking too.
Yeah. All right. I'm out.
All right.
Everyone enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. And thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch you next time.